Welcome to the Brewtiful Game. As always, I am Blake here with Ferris.
Hola.
And Ron.
What's happening?
Happy 2018. If you're new to joining us, if your New Year's resolution was to find a good soccer show, we are
Terribly sorry.
the only soccer show that combines the passion of craft beer that Americans have with their growing love of the beautiful game. Right? That's us, guys.
Yeah.
Love the beer, cherish the game.
The
Brewtiful game, man.
Yeah.
Hashtag 3 wise asses.
Yep. And as we record on January 5th, just before the 12th day of Christmas hits, Epiphany, when the wise men rolled in honor, this special is the 3 wise asses.
Yep. That we are.
Yeah, without a friggin' doubt.
You listen to any of our other episodes, we have 76.
Six?
Six
This
of
is
them
77, yep.
Yeah.
You will figure out real quick that we're a bunch of dummies.
So we are
awesome.
going to chat, because we've had a ton of festive fixtures for the Premier League.
Say that 5 times fast.
Festive fixtures.
Yeah,
Can you get to 3?
And also, special for this episode, since it is a 3 wise asses, we normally always kick off every episode introducing a beer to you to try out, and then rolling into the soccer. This is going to be a little different this time. As we are the 3 wise asses, we've each brought a gift of beer, as well as gifts for each other.
Yes.
Okay.
That are supposed to be wise asses.
Right. So we'll
Yes.
start. I think I screwed this up. But anyway, we're going to
I
start.
don't really have a plan for
Yeah.
this. Pod.
So we'll start with a beer, a pick.
Yes.
And we'll give it a review and try and move on to some Premier League. And then as the episodes go, we'll move on and do the second and third rounds of. We actually have 3 beers varieties to introduce you
Right,
to
cervezas.
today. And kicking us off is Ferris. So before we get to the soccer, what's your beer?
So, before we get to the beer, what does beer normally go into?
Goes into some form of vessel from which one can drink thine ale from.
It's good that you use the word vessel as well. That plays into the beer. You'll find out in just a second.
Oh, no.
But I have a gift for the pod. We always quote.
Oh, this is for the pod.
This is for the pod. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation pint glasses.
Yeah, I should have warned you if you are new to listening to us, especially because we're going to do a holiday-themed episode. We pretty much quote National Lampoons in every episode anyway.
You serious, Clark?
It's going to happen a lot today. Squirrel!
So
Those are amazing.
let's bust these. They have been washed. I did wash them just to make sure that the newness of them.
Amazing.
I love that
So
you kept it in the packaging, though.
Yes.
It is 4 pint glasses from Christmas Vacation. One of them has a squirrel on it.
Excuse me.
What? The
With
squirrel.
an exclamation point.
Right.
So
The
there's-
squirrel! Then one of Beverly D'Angelo. One
your
of
poison?
Chevy Chase. And what's the other one?
Oh, no. It's well, it was an ugly tree anyway, Clark. And the little Santa falls burning in the
Snaps
tree.
off at the end.
Yeah.
Poison there.
Ooh, it was tough. I'm going to go with Ho No because I like dad jokes. Oh no.
Yeah, you do.
I am going to go with Ellen or Clark. Ellen or Clark.
I should have brought in my 2 Moosehead.
Yes, I saw the
Ellen's favorite line. Well, I have to sleep with your father. Or,
And then she chops the head of
Right.
lettuce.
Or Clark Griswold. Don't piss me off, Art.
Or Clark Grisman.
Right.
Grisman.
Or if you want to know what to get me for Christmas, I would like Frank Shirley, my boss. And I want him brought right here from his happy holiday slumber on Melody Lane with all the other rich folk. And I want him brought right here. And I want to look him straight in the eye. And I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, 4-flushing, inbred, overstuffed, jackass, lying, no good, 4-flushing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey he is. Hallelujah. Holy shit, where's the Tylenol? I think that's Clark Griswold glass.
After that, you got to take that one.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go.
By the way, I didn't read that at all.
No, you did not.
That was,
We can contest to that.
that was all from memory.
So I'm gonna have Ellen staring at us and just
She's watching over us.
she's watching over us.
We got to put her up with Kaylin Kyle up
Yes,
there.
we do.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take squirrel. All right.
All right, so
Where's
now we
Sadie?
got
He normally
vessels.
eats the
So now we have vessels. So I did the Christmas beer for the last pod, but as I saw that one. Before I saw that one, there was something else that just struck me. And Blake, this beer was mainly geared towards you because you are the resident nerd on the pod.
All right.
You are a Star Wars fan normally. But I think you're also a Star Trek fan.
I think I've said that I definitely want a Huddersfield jersey that says Picard across the back of it.
Yes, you have. So we have Captain's Holiday,
Ooh.
Star Trek, The Next Generation, 30th Anniversary Ale brewed with natural citrus flavors.
And it's not even just Star Trek. It's that it's Next Generation, Picard Star Trek.
Yes.
Truly a Huddersfield ale.
Yes.
Amazing.
So, get you one of these.
That is awesome.
Saran.
Thank you.
30th.
Holiday Ale.
30th Anniversary ale.
Brewed with natural citrus flavors.
Okay, so,
It's not brewed with Romulan ale?
no, I don't believe it is.
Come on, they ordered that all the time on
So,
that show.
the website is www.federationofbeer.com.
Yeah, it is.
/brews. So this is one of the ones that's in active service, as it says on their sites, or on their site. Malts, 2-row Red X Victory Flaked Oats, hops, Citra, and Amarillo. Brewed with orange peel and lime, 5.5 ABV. This one may actually be a little bit less.
Did you mention the name of the brewing company?
Well,
Schmaltz Brewing.
Schmaltz Brewing Company.
Schmaltz.
Yeah,
A great
It doesn't
name.
actually say it on this site.
on the
which
bottle.
but it's on the bottle.
That is the best name for a brewing
And that's in
company.
upstate New York. They are based out of
30 years of Star Trek Next Generation.
the Federation of Beer began in the
dude.
small town of Vulcan, Alta, Canada.
Don't even understand.
Population 1,836.
I just realized what they did. This is even better. This is Captain's Holiday Ale. And on it, it says Star Trek Next Generation. It's got a picture of the Enterprise and this weird brown tiki prop, like a tiki doll.
Right.
There is an episode where Captain Picard goes on a holiday. And if you watch Star Trek Next Generation, Commander Riker with his beard is like the sexy guy that's always like hitting on the ladies and stuff. So he's like, oh, are you going, you're going to this planet? And he's like, yes. He goes, here, Captain, he's like, gives him this gift of this tiki to take to the planet because it's supposed to like, be like honorific or whatever. No. When you go to this planet with one of these gods, it means that you're telling them that, we'll go get you a pleasure woman. But he doesn't tell Picard that's what it's for. So when Picard
It's a
goes,
sex idol?
It's a sex idol.
You pretty much ran through the description of the beer right there.
That is, I was like, oh my God, I just realized what that is now.
On Pleasure Planet Ryza is, I believe, what you were looking for.
Yes.
By a steady stream of women. I didn't know any of this when I bought it, but you
just
sure as hell
amazing.
did. But you literally just read like where this beer came from, so I'm not even going to read
Pleasure
that.
Planet Rise of Fire. Oh my gosh. Live long, dong, and prosper.
Oh man. So about the Federation of Beer, the townspeople hold an annual Star Trek convention, Spock Day, celebrating the fact that the character played by actor Leonard Nimoy was born on the far-off planet of Vulcan. Vulcan Ale was the first episode released in Canada during Season 1 and corresponded with the premiere of the Star Trek Into Darkness. Federation's prime directive to produce high-quality craft beer to honor Gene Roddenberry's
Roddenberry. Come on,
sorry.
killing me,
And to
small.
unite both Star Trek and craft beer fans. That's all I got.
Make it so.
I love that they don't have a mission statement. They have a prime directive.
Hell yeah, they got a prime directive.
Yes. I had to click a button that said engage just to enter the site because it was like,
Number one.
are you of 18 or are you of 21 years old to enter this site to engage?
Engage.
Wow. There's some serious people.
You know what I'm going to
Telling
do?
me.
Make it so. Oh, yeah. I wish I had a soundboard with the teleport sound effect as we were pouring this beer. I'm so excited. I just love that I remembered where the Tiki God was.
Yeah, you
from.
did. You literally named the description of this beer.
I just didn't know it was Rise of Fire. I'm not that much of a nerd that I could have named the planet.
No, but you named all of it.
Smells good. Ooh, super citrusy.
Yeah, on the hoppy side.
Yeah. Captain's Holiday. Oh, man.
In our new glasses.
Guys, Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
What's that taste like? Ooh.
Oh, it's pretty smooth.
It's super hoppy,
Yeah.
but really smooth. Not a bitter aftertaste. It smells like it should be because it
Yeah.
smells so hoppy.
You expect
Yeah.
way more bitter end, but it's actually really pretty smooth.
That's
Pretty
tasty,
tasty.
man.
Yeah, pretty tasty. So, since we're gonna enjoy this beer, we also have some wise ass gifts for each of you.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, this is an amazing selection.
You know what's even makes this beer amazing is that it is in Clark Griswold glass.
Oh my gosh. We promise we're going to get to the soccer here in
Yes.
just a moment.
Blake, that is yours. Ron, that is yours.
Thank you.
Feel free to open the cards first. You can read the cards out loud.
I think I failed at this mission.
I didn't do cards, so
Yeah.
You gotta do
Okay.
cards.
You like craft beer. So, that's what the outside of the card says. Happy holidays. And it is a bunch of beer. It's a bunch of beer bottles that have had
Arts and crafts.
arts
stuff.
and crafts like what's the word? Hot glued to them. By the way, we're really good at audibly describing cards. We have another podcast called audiblecarddescriptions.com if you want to listen at some point.
Starring us.
and it comes to you with a live studio audience from Mrs. Miggin's Pie Shop.
Yep. All right. You going to read your card now?
My card has a Santa standing in his sleigh with one hand on the reins and the other hand with a beer raised high. There are Clydesdales all instead of reindeer, all tied up to the sleigh. And Santa's saying, on longer, on amber, on pilsner. And then the cards.
Did you say on longer
Yeah, on long.
instead of on
I
longer?
Yeah, I
totally
On
screwed
longer.
up.
On long.
Hey, it's this tiki god thing.
It is a tiki god. He keeps it going.
And then it says Santa's new and improved sleigh team. You open the card and it says Beery Christmas and a Happy Brew Year.
Happy Brew Year.
gents.
This beer is really good. To be a gag beer,
It's pretty
Exactly.
good.
this is
not half
actually a
bad.
really good
Yeah.
beer. Yeah.
I wonder what else they brew.
I don't know. We're going to find
Well, I could tell you. Hold on a second here. So they brew. Well, Blake's getting into.
Beam
this
me
stuff.
up Scotch Ale because that would be Scotty Ale. That needs to be the Scotch Ale.
Symbiosis 30 anniversary ale.
It's not a Star Trek thing.
Org ale.
Oh, there we go.
The
Kling- trouble with triple triples, triple?
porter.
Oh, let's see. They need to hire us to name these things.
And the Klingon Imperial Porter.
Seriously, they need a triple called the Trouble with Triples.
Yeah.
How do you miss that, guys?
I don't know.
Come on,
Talking to
schmaltz.
the wrong person here.
All right, here we go. All right,
You guys can open it. Yeah.
inside. Should we do this at the same time? Isn't amazing? Okay, we're cross-pollinating star
Yeah, we are,
things
yeah,
here,
we are.
but it is a Tatooine from Star Wars United Soccer Crest T-shirt.
Came to
That
mind
is
from when you
awesome.
said you're going to support one of the teams you're going to support during the World Cup was Tunisia, right?
Yeah, because
And that's
Tatooine
where
is in it.
yeah.
The actual real Tatooine that they filmed Luke's homestead at for the. I only did 9 notes. That's okay. Fair use.
I wonder if Luke is over there staring longingly into the sunset.
No, he's over there to go pick some power converters at Taji Station. This is awesome. I wish I would wear a soccer jersey with this.
Yeah, I
crest.
know.
Tatooine United. This is awesome, dude. What do you got, Ron?
It was a little bit more smart assy for Ron.
It is. So I am all constantly making fun of the trainers that come out. Well, not the trainers, but the fact that the magic spray pops out and they can spray it on a knee or an eyeball or whatever,
yeah.
and they're suddenly fine.
Oh, I'm fine.
Right? So this one
This
says,
is now mildly cooler than it was before. I'm healed.
right. This one says, magic spray wishes you a speedy recovery.
That is freaking fantastic.
And the can says made in Italy, which is brilliant.
Oh man, this is good.
Oh yeah, those are the
That's
first
good,
wise
dude.
asses.
Good job, Ferris.
Tatooine United. Gracias, my friend. Oh, man, that's awesome.
What a good shirt. Good job, dude.
I'm not going to be dressed proper for work Monday. I'm wearing that into work. Screw a collared shirt.
Who needs one?
I'm going with that bad boy.
Thanks, dude.
Not a problem, gents.
Well, the gifts from Ferris keep on giving the whole year, Clark, because now we're going to move into talking about match week 27 million, whatever, the festive fixtures. There were so many freaking games.
22. Match week 22.
Which we've talked a lot about. I think it was just 22 games in 2 days. It's what
It seemed like, and that's what Pep Guardiola thought it was.
But let's just say from like Christmas Eve to now, I've been so happy. It's just soccer every day.
Yeah, it's been before Christmas Eve, though, because we went out and we went out and watched the Arsenal-Chelsea game, which kicked it all off on like the 22nd,
Arsenal-Liverpool.
23rd, thereabouts.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
No. It's been a great run. So traditionally, Ferris always writes our headlines for each game. We've done Christmas carols for the last couple of episodes instead of headlines. And Ferris decided to stick with not a Christmas carols, but a Christmas carol. Because as we said, tomorrow's the 6th. That's the 12th day of Christmas. Man,
It's good.
these are really good. So how do we sing this carol? Do we always just sing? Do we say what the match is going to be?
So
start this carol.
What were we talking about? I think we do. We start off the first lines there, and then go right into the first game, which has the denomination. We say that headline, talk about the game, and then go from there. Then go because the song goes backwards.
You've really thought about that.
I had to rearrange the songs.
The song goes backwards.
Right.
So
Amazing.
we should sing the first line or say what match we're going to talk about first.
So, okay, hold on. Let me bring up the damn.
No. I think you're missing what I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking
We
structure.
sing, then we talk.
So we're going to first say what the first match we're going to talk about is, because you would need to know that for the headline to be funny.
Right.
Okay, so the first match we're going to discuss, but that was really confusing, is Leicester versus Huddersfield. We're Leicester at home, Huddersfield away. Should I say the score?
I don't think that.
Here we go.
matters with this one. Oh yeah,
All right, so are you ready? Are you singing this, Ferris?
Are we all singing this?
Sure, here's a pitch.
Like that's gonna do anything.
That's not going to help you at all.
All I heard was a hum in my ears.
That's how pitches work.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, on the first day for the wise asses our football gave to thee. A fun festive season we agree. On the second day of wise asses our football gave to thee. Two Algerian scoring. I can't do that. I go.
And
a festive season we agree. This is gonna be a disaster. Okay,
Maybe just you should sing, and then I'll chime in on certain things.
this is awful. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna actually sing like South Park style all the way through to all of them. Okay, so that brings us to two Algerian scoring. Leicester City 3-0 over Huddersfield, as we were just talking about our captain's favorite team,
Which was a little sad because Huddersfield's been doing an amazing job this season. But to watch him get blasted by Leicester.
Well, but Leicester has been
Quietly creeping up.
having sparks of playing like 2 years ago.
They're up to eighth right now.
And then fading away. So this is one of those games where they look like the Leicester of old, because Huddersfield has not been a bad team.
And FYI, they, in 8th place, none of the teams below them have a positive goal differential. From 9th all the way to 20 on the table, no one has a positive goal differential below them.
And that is in large part thanks to Mr. One Algerian, Riyad Mahrez, with a lovely finish in this game. Just brought it. His first touches are impeccable. There was one last year. I think it was against Man City. His first touch where he brought it down and then just played the ball all in like one fluid movement is what he did with this. And just lovely goal. Second Algerian was Islam Slimani. Scored in this one as well. A nice little dink from a ball from Mahrez.
Yep.
Lovely little dink. And then Albrighton just capped it off there at the very, very end. But Mahrez has been a big part of why they're all the way up to 8th. And there's a lot of talk right now that you could see Chelsea go in for him in January, right now, and Liverpool, maybe even Arsenal. So if they can hang on to him,
Liverpool's
at
one
least till
throwing the
summer,
money
that'll
around
be a
right now.
big win.
Liverpool's throwing the money around.
Yeah,
so,
and we'll get to that in a bit. But Leicester played very well, deserved the 3 points, and like I said, they're up to 8th.
yeah, that Arsenal rumor has disappeared. Turns out he'd like to play in the Champions League.
Go figure.
Turns out he wants to win.
Jeez. Okay. So our next match is Burnley home to Liverpool. So let me try this song again. On the first day for the wise, as our football gave to thee 3 total goals.
2 Algerians scoring.
And a fun festive season, we agree. Oh, that's how it
Yay.
works. Okay.
But you were supposed to say on the 3rd day, not the first. Because at that point, we're on the 3rd day.
Man, you're just...
Well, hey, listen, we're only 2 games in. We'll get it. We got 12 more to go.
2 games in and a half a beer in. This is only going to get better. So Burnley at home against Liverpool. I mean, every Liverpool fan I knew was sweating this game because Burnley's been great. Yep. But Liverpool pulls off a really good win, 2-1.
Ragnar Klavan coming through real late there.
Yeah,
90 plus
in
4.
The last gasp of
By the way,
stoppage time.
Ragnar Klavan
Great name.
definitely belongs in the Federation. That is like a Star Trek
Yes,
name.
100%.
Ragnar Klavan,
isn't he a
leader
Klingon?
of the Klingon group. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Mane with a really nice goal in this in the
this
61st.
Oh, you don't say? I think those happen every game. It's a law at this point.
Well, actually,
between Mane, Coutinho,
hasn't
and
scored in the past.
No, he
couple.
hasn't.
yeah.
And this was he kind of took it, turned, and then just upper corner. But I mean, between Firmino and Salah, I mean, Lord only knows where these amazing goals come from every game. This one, from Mane.
They have so many goal scorers. You'd almost think they were Man City, except for the amount of points.
I believe Mane was named the African Footballer of the Year
Yes.
last year. Mohamed Salah was named the African Footballer of the Year for this past year.
Past week, I believe. But Burnley, despite the loss, guys, Burnley's 7th with 34 points. They're just outside of Europe, 5 points below Arsenal. And let's be honest, they could easily. I have easily envisioned a world where Arsenal screws this up, and a club like Burnley leaps right in. Burnley's played great, and it should be noted. I forget which I was listening to, maybe the 2 Robbies or something, or I forget what it was, but a very UK team, British Isles team. A lot of on Burnley's side.
Yeah, and they play a lot of the old English style of ball, tough, defend, long balls in, big
Physical
strikers. Yeah, this game was pretty darn even.
Burnley also does not play like they are a club that they are. They are playing
this year, no,
like they're in the top 6 club where they're coming after you. Like,
oh yeah, and like I said, this game against the high flying Liverpool was pretty even. Liverpool 58% possession. We've seen them possess the ball a heck of a lot more against other clubs. Burnley 4 shots on goal, Liverpool 5 shots on goal. I mean, you go right down the line. Offsides were even. Corner kicks were slightly in Liverpool's favor, and then saves were about the same. But they were in it until the end, and it just 90 plus 4, and it took Klavan having to get his big head on the ball far post, and he actually dove into the net to get them all 3 points.
Watching Burnley's a blast this year.
Yeah, and watching the passion they have on the bench and is so much fun. When they score, the whole team is just up and partying and having a good time. That kind of passion you don't see in all the clubs.
Now think about this. You're a fan of Stoke City, of West Brom, Southampton. Burnley is sitting at 7th.
Yeah.
Everything I just named is in the relegation zone or just outside of. Like,
Sean Dyche is the key to that.
Yeah.
I agree.
The old ways of hanging in there, you know.
And he set his team up to play his style. He's built that team. You know, he's brought in the DeFores and what's the guy we like? Wood. And he brought in some of these players that can fit into his style. And he's continued to build that over the last few years that they've been up in the top flight. And being in 7th, they're in dreamland right now.
Yeah, and I think one of the keys was bringing Ashley Barnes in.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely phenomenal.
And he gives them a lot off the bench as well.
Right. He's definitely an impact player coming on.
All right, speaking of impact your ears with more Christmas song. Okay, so the next match is Brighton Hove Albion at home against Bournemouth. So this would be on the 4th day of Christmas? Okay, on the 4th day for the wise asses, our football gave to thee 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season. We agree. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. I can't wait to get to the next one because it's all about the next line. So 4 cherry goals because we got a score of 2-2, 2 from the goals, 2 from Bournemouth. A real fun game, to be quite honest. Like, this was a
awesome
match,
South Coast
was
game
a
here.
blast to watch.
In rain and it was not very good conditions down there. I think they just got what do they call it? Storm Irma, or they got some storm over there that they were.
Oh, they gave it a name.
Was it Irma?
No, Irma was us. We had a hurricane.
We had Irma. That's right.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Clarice?
No, it was like Peter. It's Daniel.
No, it wasn't
Daniel.
Clarice.
Storm was called Daniel. It was like the most boring name ever. Yeah, it was like Daniel. It was something like Daniel.
Bob Storm.
Yeah, but this is gonna be like a really fun match to watch when it's all said and done.
Very even. Possession was 49-51. Shots on target were 6 to Brighton Hove and 8 to Bournemouth. And at parts, it was pretty end to end.
Yeah,
which was super fun.
Go ahead.
Well, and for Brighton, they finally got the guy that I've been saying they need to get involved in the game a little bit more.
Yeah,
Anthony Nuckhart with a lovely finish back post. Nobody on him, but at a really tough angle. And just his first goal this year, that started off 5 minutes into the game.
And Brighton Hove and Albion, they're sitting at 12th right now on the table with 23 points. Bournemouth 21 at 16th. Obviously, they're pretty close in there. But it does feel like Bournemouth has these flashes where they should be sitting. I feel like they shouldn't be sitting there worried about sitting near the relegation zone. But for every game they have like this, where they come out and it's just this fun, end-to-end play, they've just been, I don't even, lackluster is the wrong word. They just couldn't. They haven't been able to score. They have not been able to break through and get balls on shot, or on target.
And it doesn't help that they're continually having to come from behind.
Always. Which makes some of these games valiant and really fun. But you're like, man, but this is another draw.
Right, so they're always trying to play catch up. They can't really get ahead because they have the talent to score. Defoe, Wilson, Ariarda, like they have players that they can score, but when you're trying to come from behind, so they're kind of figuring out this year. They're still playing their style, which is expansive and attacking, but they're also they're having to figure out this year that they also have to just get into a score.
Well, and here's the thing,
and fight, get those last minute goals, and get every point that they can get in order to stay up.
And we're going to get to some of these other clubs, but the bottom table that looked like it was just going to live there has really shaken up and changed.
Oh, a heck of a lot.
So now all of a sudden Bournemouth you got to be careful because in 18 and 19, it's Stoke City and West Brom. Those are two clubs that could easily, eke right out of that. And then all of a sudden you're in trouble. So our Cherries, because we do like the Cherries and Eddie Howe, they really got to pick up the pace the rest of this season forward. Have they announced any pickups in the transfer window?
Not yet, I don't believe.
No, not yet.
They got strikers.
They do.
And when they play like they've got them, like they just go for it, they certainly play better. But
it's I think you said why the bottom has changed a lot. That's going to continue to change because it's not separated by all that much points, but the top 6 is now starting to also get very top 6-ish, and those teams are starting to get into place with Burnley hovering in there. But you're starting to get a little bit of a gap. But that bottom group, you're right. Bournemouth have to get some positive points, and they have to get those positive points now because you don't want to be having to really, really scrap come the end of the year.
And just for a little bit of perspective, Brighton Hove and Albion are at 12th with 23 points. Just inside the relegation zone at 18th is Stoke City with 20 points. So that whole section is only 3 points out of the relegation zone. That bottom, that 18 through 12 or 12 through 18, that's going to change a whole lot more before the end of the season.
And Bournemouth have an interesting schedule coming up where the next 3 games, if you can get at least 3 or 4 points, that'll be big. They play Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea. That's not an easy run at the current time, especially the way that West Ham is starting to play. If you can get 4 points out of that, that's a good start to the year.
All right, so this moves us on to another piece of the Christmas Carol puzzle. This match, we now have the Battle of the Wests, the Walls of the West. West Ham versus West Brom. West Ham hosting West Brom. This is the big one, guys. So, on the 5th day for the wise asses of football gave to thee 5 golden points. 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season, we agree. Okay, I feel like it's a Muppets album we're doing or something. Like, I wish we had a Muppet voice for each one. I always think of Eddie Izzard. No one knows the rest of the words. It's all about the 5 gold rings. Right. Men and children coming out of windows and doors to sing 5 golden rings.
And it's 5 golden points because in West Ham's last 3 games in this festive season, I think they've had like 4 or 5 games, but of the last 3, they've gotten 5 big points. These were big points.
West Brom
gained very late too.
West Brom complaining big about this game because they thought having to play 2 matches within 48 hours was BS.
A lot of teams had to do that though. They weren't the only ones in that boat.
No,
now
they were fighting for everybody. I mean, they were saying like, this is ridiculous for all of us. Like it's
now the schedule I think can be altered a little bit during this season.
Yeah, I don't think you have to take the entire festive fixture, but maybe some of these last couple were like, man, do we have to?
Well, also they were spread out a lot. Why not do all the games on New Year's Day and then all the game? You know, like there was
like you do the last
couple of New Year's Day's game, then a couple of January 2nd, and then one January 3rd, one January 4th.
Right. It was spread out way too much, in my opinion. Give the players a rest by not spreading it out so much. But who knows?
But this, like you said, these are big points for West Ham. They needed this desperately because they had been sitting in that relegation zone, and now they sit at 22 points at 15th on the table. And Andy Carroll. And he didn't score.
You know what I was thinking?
But one of these was with his feet, not his head. Or both.
One of these was with his first. The first goal was with his head for sure.
The other with the foot.
The other, I believe, it was real late, right? 90.
Yeah, the 94th.
4, and that was with Andy Carroll's lovely right foot. You know what I thought of when I was typing this up and Andy Carroll scored 2 goals?
What?
That story that you shared that one time. I couldn't remember it, but I just started laughing because I knew it was.
I don't remember it.
Funny.
You know what? I got to go back to the pod. It's all about.
It was your friend
from England who was telling his brother was like they were trying to get pregnant and couldn't. And he was like, you know, my wife, you know, he's telling his brother, yeah, we tried to have a kid for a while, but it's finally happened, mate. You know, we tried for years, never happened. And all of a sudden, boom, Andy Carroll nuts one in the back of the net. Like,
that's it. That's it.
Oh, funny.
Oh, man. I love it. Okay, that's going to be fun to do for the rest of these. I don't really know what to say about that. Big game for West Ham. That's what they needed.
Yes.
West Brom sucks, guys. Who's coaching West Brom right now?
Alan Pardew.
So, I bring this up.
Who's coaching West Ham, though?
Who is coaching West Ham right now?
David Moyes.
Yes, he is.
And he's failed at his last 3 jobs that he's had, or 3 jobs that he's had. Because he went to Sunderland last, a team in Spain, I can't remember the name, and then Manchester United.
Who's coaching Everton?
Oh, Lord. Who is it?
Allardyce.
Sam Allardyce. Yeah.
Allardyce, Moyes, they're doing the job that they were brought in to do. Keep these clubs from getting relegated. Because Everton was into trouble. It was trending down as well, right?
Yep.
Pardew?
Not so much.
I don't know if he's going to pull this off.
This Sunderland was doomed to fail that year. As sad as that was for Moyes. Allardyce brought Palace. Was Palace, right?
Sam Allardyce with Palace, and then went to go coach England, and then
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He brought them out of
right. Did I say
he
that
brought
right?
them. I think so.
No. That was Roy Hodge. Roy.
No.
He was the coach of England the year before.
Sam Allardyce was that.
It was Sam Allardyce. Yeah.
Brought them up. Pardew got fired from Palace for bringing them down.
Yeah.
Why bring him into West?
At this point,
why fire Tony? I think we saw this on the last pod. Why fire Tony Pulis and bring in Pardew? The results are the same. In fact, they've gone further down the table.
Yeah,
they're learning that lesson.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
At least at least Pulis will get them to defend. Pardew's never really played that way.
Nope, and it's showing. And again, these teams in the bottom, it's a little different than last time we talked. But Stoke City, West Brom, Swansea City. My gosh, can you just imagine a year where it's the clubs like this that are the ones that are getting relegated? You're not including any of your newly promoted teams. You're talking about teams that have been in the Premier League for a while now.
Right. Well, I would argue that Swansea City's had 1 foot in the relegation zone and 1 foot on a banana peel.
Yeah, but what's
even
insane
last
about
year.
that is 2 years ago, they were this is how you manage a small club and create something in the Premier League. They were like the wonder kids for that. Yeah. And then their drop is so fast, the
meteoric fall.
Yeah, like very, very, very quick.
And they're a big club.
Yeah.
They can't go down.
Yeah, well,
they're going to.
Real tough.
They're going.
Yeah.
They're going. Moving on to our next match, Manchester City versus Watford. Where was it? Okay. On the sixth day for the wise asses of football gave to the 6 sterling slayings, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season. We agree. This is hard. Ooh, this is hard, man. This is hard. 6 sterling slaying, Manchester City 3-1, hosting Watford at home. They tear up Watford. Is that a surprise?
And I believe Sterling he's been scoring all season, an obnoxious amount, but I believe he scored with 46 seconds or something into this game.
Out of a possible 15 points over this festive fixture season, Man City walks out with 13.
Yeah, which
because they drew
is
one.
actually a surprise that they drew to Palace.
Yeah,
Palace, the Giant Slayer.
Right, and Palace should have won that game.
Here's the thing. I joked about it last time, but I think after the festive fixtures, straight up, like there's not happening. No one's catching them.
They have the best home record in the Premier League.
Who's second?
Home record?
No, yeah.
Arsenal.
No, isn't that weird? That
Is
does
it really?
not sound right,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
Arsenal's second.
Yeah.
For the best home record.
You serious, Clark?
Yeah, isn't that weird? You serious, Fanger? I mean, I don't know what else to say. Man City's amazing. This game, dig a little rough. We thought Kevin De Bruyne might be in serious trouble because he.
No, that wasn't this game. That was the
next
Palace
one.
game.
Oh,
That
you're
was
right.
the-
You're right.
That was
That
the
was the
game
Palace
beforehand,
game.
which we
See?
didn't actually cover because there were so many
matches.
That was the
You're right.
punch and tackle on him. And I think what was surprising was that De Bruyne actually played in
He
this
came
game.
back and played in this game.
Which
Yes,
is
yes.
a few days after the. I mean,
But the guy who tackled him did not. The guy who was
Punching?
beating up on Kevin De Bruyne, didn't he end up getting injured?
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you.
But De Bruyne, a guy that you don't want to see disappear because
No, he
he's
clanked the
so friggin'
Yeah,
fun
he
to
clanked
watch.
the crossbar in this game off of a free kick, but
And it was a really, you heard that thing rattle in New Jersey.
oh yeah, it
It was a great free kick.
it's gonna be very, very hard to get anywhere near them. They're up 15 points right now and have a plus 51 goal difference. The next,
29.
Manchester United are below
It's
29 on 47 points, so they have.
It's 47 points, 62 points. It's not happening.
It's not impossible, but it's not really likely right now.
It's
Still a long year though. Still a long year.
Highly improbable.
They're going to have people arrested. They're going to have people injured. They're going to have people out with the measles.
Hey,
That's the only way that this is going to catch up.
Well, and that's one thing that you bring a good point to is that they really haven't been hampered this year so far with any key injuries. Aguero was out for a few games. Silva was out for a few. De Bruyne, evidently not. The man's just a
He's a beast, man.
Beast.
But
mode,
Sterling's
yeah.
been picking up the slack like crazy.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
all the jokes about Sterling being overpaid have disappeared from a year or two
Yeah.
ago. He's phenomenal.
Right. He's coming in like clutch too. He scored a lot of late goals and man, he's slaying.
Speaking of slaying, I'm slaying my beer right now.
Who?
That was a good beer.
So before we move on to 7, right? That's the 7 wise ass days
Correct.
next.
Yep.
Who, Ron or me? You know, I should go actually because the beer I've got a good one next. Here, y'all cover me while I get my beer. Oh, great! Thanks for not leaving any dead air. Thanks. That's great. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, Ron, did you listen to
now
the
you-
last episode when you left to go get a beer and go to the bathroom?
And we created the Spanish connection.
Yes.
Like, yeah,
That was
But
brilliant.
What was it that? What did you come back on you like, are you guys talking about that? Did we find that out yet?
Oh,
We're talking about something and you're like, are you guys talking about that? And we're like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we've created part 2 of our crime drama series. The British version, Mrs. Micken's Pie Shop, with Mickey Bubbles, the enforcer.
My name's Mickey.
You love him because he's real hard, but you find he's got this little kid that he takes care of at home. Like,
Right.
Like, yeah.
And he
And he visits like children hospitals and stuff.
and he plays dolls with her, and he's super cool.
But he
Has
break-
tea time
but
with
like
her.
that's like after he's like broken all these knuckles, like,
Yeah.
of somebody.
yeah, and he
then
wears
there's-
like that cool bowler hat, and
And that's the English version. Then this follow-up season is the Spanish Connection.
right,
Yeah, and that's where he moved on to.
brilliant.
Well, I am going to, because last year I went nuts for Christmas. We did all these Christmas beers and stuff, but I went international. I think all of mine were from Belgium.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go stateside this go around, and I will pass these around. Here you go.
I can't wait.
Little Anderson Valley. We're gonna revisit a brewery that we have been to before.
Ooh, Anderson Valley from Boonville, California.
Boonville, California. Yes, we have had this one before.
Well, not
not this one, but we've had the same. Yeah.
This is the Winter Solstice seasonal ale. Winter Solstice is our take on the classic style of winter warmer, boasting a deep amber hue and rich mouthfeel. Its creamy finish will lift your spirits. Hints of toffee, spice, caramel tease the senses, making this the perfect ale to share with friends and family during the cold days and long nights of winter. 7% alcohol. Its best pairing for cheese is brie and aged cheddar. Food pairings, roasted
You
almonds,
like the cheese?
candied yams, baked spiral ham, and pumpkin pie. Now, I want some pumpkin pie.
I want Thanksgiving dinner now.
All right, let's try this bad boy. Do a quick beer review here.
This is a good one, Clark.
Man.
Where's Eddie? He usually eats these damn things.
Oh, yeah, where's my cool Brewtiful Game koozie?
Did we ever get the other two out to those that?
Yes.
All right, if you haven't gotten them yet, they're in the mail.
They're on the way.
All right.
A lot of head
Good
retention.
A
drinking.
lot of head retention as Ron fills up the Clark
There's a lot of head
glass.
retention there.
All right, here we go. All right, gents, a little Anderson Valley Winter Solstice. Cheers.
Said hear them solstice.
Here for round 2 beer. Let's
Launch,
this
boys.
going. Ooh.
That's good
Ooh.
drinking.
Wow. Nice and sweet.
It's
It's sweeter than you think it. Like
You know,
it's sweet.
Ron, when we brewed a dark Belgian style beer once,
I do.
and we used the Belgian candies.
Yeah.
This tastes like those because we tried the Belgian candy separate, the candied sugar. I mean, this tastes like that. It doesn't taste like a Belgian dark or Belgian quad,
Right.
but it tastes like the candied sugar.
Right. That candied. It's not quite honey,
No,
but it is got that like candied.
it is super sweet, but it's not like it's syrupy beer. This is good.
Yeah, not in a way that like you can go to certain places and get sweet tea that's basically sugar and water.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Not like this.
No. It and actually, as it said, it pairs well with the pumpkin pie. Totally. I would.
We're a solar power brewery. That's pretty cool.
I don't think we mentioned that in the last pod. I don't think I
we
knew
did
that. Anderson Valley, another good brew from them.
The solstice.
All right, beer 2 of 3 down. Let's move on to match 7. Here we go. Okay. On the first day. On the 7th day for the wise asses of football gave to thee. 7 swans are drowning, 6 sterling slaying, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season. We agree. Yes, 7 swans are drowning. That's so great because it's true. Swansea City at home, 0-2 against Tottenham.
And drowning, because did you see this game? Oh, the pitch was terrible. It looked like it had this big fog over your television screen,
Yeah.
but it's just rain.
Yeah.
It was just pissing down rain.
It was literally
Oh,
nature
it was a mess.
imitating life for these people at Swansea right now.
Yeah.
Because the weather was a mess, just like their
Pitch
season.
was, I mean, it's hard to do anything with the pitch when it's that rainy, cold.
Well, just Tottenham could do something with it.
Well, Tottenham's first goal was also offside. They pull a Manchester.
Oh, boy,
United
did
They
they.
did pull a Man
Oh
United
man,
game.
for Fernando Llorente, who Swans got rid of in the offseason to Tottenham. Yep, scoring on his first trip back. He started it off. He was offsides. A lot of clamoring from this game for VAR.
I was like, is this Mkhitaryan trying to do a scorpion kick again? What's happening with this offside?
Ferris doesn't look amused.
He's not that good.
And it was an immediate response to Martin Olsen's Swansea goal.
Yes.
Like a minute and a half later.
And it's just Swansea, 7 Swans are drowning. They are, woof. I know we said that about Crystal Palace weeks ago, that like, I just don't think they'll come out of the bottom spot, but there is a difference. Well, Crystal Palace one has got some people that can score for them and cause some troubles for other team. Swansea's got a team of players that don't, they don't, granted, not that we thought they'd beat a Tottenham, but
you thought that they would show up.
yeah, yes, that's where you're at.
And you thought they kind of had a chance when you see it's down in Wales, it's rainy, it's wet. Tottenham try to play the ball on the ground a lot, expansive with Eriksen, Ali, Son. Those conditions make it hard to do that. So you thought, well, maybe they had a chance here, but no. Tottenham just too big, too strong. 68% possession, 5 shots on goal, 12 in total.
That's comparing Swansea's 32% possession and 1 shot on target for the entire match.
Right.
Brutal.
That's rough.
Yes.
So
But a good win for Tottenham.
Swansea's absolutely
In a tough.
and Tottenham needs the points
conditions.
if they want to try to get into Europe.
I
They want
think
to get or Champions League. Sorry,
I think the weather was the harder opponent on Tottenham than Swansea was.
Probably, yeah.
And now I want to use this because Swansea's sitting at the bottom of the table to deviate real quick over to the Championship League, the league just below Premier League. Currently, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolverhampton Wanderers, who have one of the cooler little logos I like there, is first. Derby County second. Cardiff City third. What if Swansea gets relegated
And they're
Cardiff
Wales,
City?
right, yeah.
So we don't lose a Welsh team. We get to see, but if Cardiff City goes up,
I want Wolverhampton to rise up.
They were up a few years back under Mick McCarthy, this big, tall,
and it's just the Wolverhampton
long-faced Irish guy.
They are like Man City right now. By the way, they have 61 points. The next closest is 49, so they are doing very well.
They're having an incredible season, and they almost went down to what would it be, the second division?
Yeah. Second and third place, Derby and Cardiff City, only separated by 2 points. Very
Derby
close there.
was in the Premier League too for a long time with a famous U.S. striker. Does anybody know his name? He's on ESPN every now and again.
I don't know.
Brian McBride.
Oh.
Played for them for years.
Now I don't want to get too depressing because I do want to get back over to the Premier League, but there are 24 teams in the Championship League, so 21 just above relegation. Relegation in the second tier, mind you. Hull City. The bottom team, 24th, Sunderland. Hull City and Well, I got to tell you, right now, Sunderland, it's tight at the bottom, but man, could you imagine if they drop another league down?
I believe they just got
And that, by the
another
way,
new manager too.
And they're a club that they hold like the 6th or 7th best home record for state attendance. Like, that's crazy.
Stadium of Light.
Yeah.
They have some passionate fans up there. It's sad to see what they're going
And-
through, and you
and
really
we
don't want to see
should
them fall further down.
Definitely check in more of the Championship League as we
Great league.
move along. Now, much like Swansea's just not showing up, I didn't show up either because we're supposed to do my beer and your gifts.
Yeah, that's right.
We forgot. It's all right. It's all right.
It's okay.
We'll do the gifts now before we move on to
Okay.
Wise Ass Day 8. Let's see.
This could get fun.
Oh wait, which one goes to Ferris? Which one goes to Ron? It would almost be more fun to do it backwards.
I agree.
All right.
Love the rap job.
Yeah,
This was done by your
This
wife.
was- that was my wife.
This is done by your wife.
that's why that rap job is so awesome. All right, so you going to go, Ferris? You be careful because as soon as you get in, you're going to see what it is. So, yeah. I can't believe that this hasn't been at all the tables as we've been sitting here recording that he hasn't used this.
Yes.
What is it?
A pint glass, official merchandise from Manchester United.
Nice.
A red to a red. I appreciate this. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh.
So we can stare at that gross glass when we record our pod. And you put
Oh,
beer in.
yeah, baby. This thing's gonna live here and come in just like Ron's Norway glass. I love it. This will be what the next beer's in.
All right, Mr. Keller.
Gracias.
This is because Ron likes to travel, so he's going to see this one day, and I thought it'd be cool for him to have it.
Oh, hell yes. It is the official Stamford Bridge sign for the Stamford Bridge
Yeah, the
football
address
stadium.
for the stadium, yeah.
It sits on the outside wall on the corners of the stadium. This is awesome. It's got the logo. That is badass.
Love it.
Heck yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Good job.
Nicely done. Love the
All
pint
right.
glass.
I figured you would.
I'm
Next beer's
going
going
to
in
put this up in my office.
In his office.
I was like, yep, I know exactly where that's going. All right, gents. Moving on to match 8. On the 8th day for the Wise Asses, our football gave to the 8 Mac and Millie, 7 Swans a drowning, 6 Sterling slaying, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season. We agree. Yeehaw! That was I like Mac and Millie. I feel like it's like Hall and Oates, some kind of band from the like.
It took me a long time to come up with this one, and I don't know.
Well, and this is because Crystal Palace away at Southampton get a much needed 2-1 win with goals from MacArthur and Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich, the actress from Fifth Element.
Yes.
Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Yes. James MacArthur and Luka
Multipass.
Milovic.
Multipass. Korban Dallas.
But she was also the one of the Bond villain girls in GoldenEye, wasn't she? No.
Mila Jovovich? She may have been. Seems
Was
like
she?
she should have
No,
been. I don't
I'm
know.
thinking
She's
of
in
the wrong-
Resident
no.
Evil 1 through 12.
No, that's not her. Never mind.
Wait, there wasn't 14 of those? It feels
You're
like
right. It may have been 14 of those.
Resident Evil 75.
Crystal Palace, though.
Resident Evil 3000.
Getting this win, the draw from Manchester City, getting this win against Southampton. Southampton now sits just above relegation with 20 points. Crystal Palace at 14th with
loss.
22. That's crazy.
Bad loss for Southampton.
We were
They
guaranteeing.
gave up the lead in this game.
Yeah.
Bad loss.
We were guaranteeing we were just thinking Crystal Palace is done, like the Aston Villa prior. This club is out. But they've got some pace on the outside up front.
Zaha.
So what's interesting and what hopefully makes the rest of their run fun is they know literally they have got nothing to go for it. And it's been fun to watch. And that's actually how they did well against Man City.
They're also defending too.
Yeah.
They're also he's gotten Scott Dan and MacArthur and those guys to defend very well in the back line to allow the Zahas and Punchins and Benteke's to go forward and score goals.
But also, one of the things they've been doing that they haven't done, except for the past, 3 to 4 games, is Crystal Palace has a shape now. They have never been that compact and disciplined all season since right before the Man City. That's when it seemed to all really gel.
Before that, here, there, Man City.
This is the thing that makes West Brom and Swansea look so dire in comparison. Crystal Palace have made these moves. And obviously, if they avoid relegation, this is where we'll point it to, like you just said, right there. And these other clubs with West Brom and Swansea just aren't.
And is Shane Long the only person playing for Southampton?
Well, hold on. This was Shane Long's first goal since last year.
Yeah, but out of everybody in this match, he was the only one that was
out of this
energized, was chasing down, going after 50-50 balls. Like, he was the only one that had any spirit
Swansea's
in this game.
like,
Before
we'll
that,
take
though,
him.
he could not score to save his life.
True.
And Charlie Austin was banging him in the net. He picked up a suspension, but he's also hurt, so he's going to be out for, I think he picked up like a 3-game suspension. He's also going to be hurt for probably 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But Southampton, you got to figure it out quick because you give up a goal at home, or you give up a lead at home like this, and you're sitting only on goal difference above that red line. You got to figure it out.
We'll have another club talk about like that in a minute. It's in a similar boat of you got to get your crap together.
And what's crazy is Southampton really had control of this match. Their possession was 62% over Crystal Palace's 38%.
Well, this is exactly why they lost to Arsenal. Oh, they drew to Arsenal.
But they really did. They didn't have as many corners as Crystal Palace, but they had the lion's share of the possession. but they didn't do anything with it. Absolutely nothing. It was really disheartening if you're a Southampton fan when the Saints go marching down.
And if you are, you're an angry one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to 9, where we have got Everton, Wayne Rooney, hosting his old club, Manchester United.
El Capitan.
On the 9th day for the wise asses our football gave to thee. 9 Lingards dancing, 8 Mac and Millie, 7 Swans are drowning, 6 Sterling slaying, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season, we agree.
Yeehaw.
So dumb. Oh, man.
Although I will tell you, this is sounding better now than it did in my head when I was doing this content.
So Everton lose another match, which is not shocking. And they lose to Manchester United. Man U comes in, and
We've drawn the last couple of games. We drew to Burnley. We drew to
Burnley, though, better team than Everton.
in the table. Yes.
But, well, forget the...
Well, yeah.
in fact,
I would agree with you.
Burnley, I'd have had to bet money any day over Everton.
I agree with you. At the current moment, yeah, I would agree. So this was a big win. Came in the second half, and no Lukaku in this game. I don't think we covered the game earlier.
It's a shame, Lukaku doesn't get to go back to Everton.
That's I didn't even think about that.
They got Wayne Rooney there, but you don't get to have Lukaku.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he had a concussion in the Southampton game, which we drew 1-1 on the weekend. So he had a concussion. He ended up coming back and playing today in the FA Cup and actually scored a goal, but was not available for selection in this game. So who plays up front? Well, Jose opted for Martial up front, opposed to Rashford. Martial in the second half came good. Lovely goal.
Did you think that was a mistake? I thought Rashford, before the match started, I was like, wow, why not Rashford?
I think I was talking to a friend of ours, Phil, and I said, I would like to see a front 3 of Martial, Rashford, Lingard, and Mata sitting behind him. That front 3 is very quick. You almost saw that because you had Mata, Lingard, and Martial that started. Rashford came on in the second half. I'm not quite sure for who. It may have actually been for Martial. But lovely goal in this. Stopped the ball and then just curled it into the upper 90. Player of the game, though. And then Lingard did about the same in the 81st minute and curled it.
Not
Lovely goal from him.
a shabby season, Jesse.
Not at all. I think he has 9 goals in the league right now. Or 8 goals in the league, something like that. But the player in the second half that stood out, and we need more of this from him, this is what we got in the beginning of the year, Paul Pogba. He owned this game in the second half.
Yeah.
It also helped that he was being played further up the pitch. Past couple games that we've drawn, and since he's come back from injury, he's played alongside Matic, not in front of him. Mourinho sat Herrera and Matic behind him, which allowed him to play that center attacking role a bit more. And that's where he needs to play. That's where he can impact games. That's where he can create. That's where he can use his big body, his long legs. He can see the field. That's where he needs to play. And he owned this game in the second half, and it was because of him those 2 goals occurred. I want to see more of that.
It was evident, too, because I really feel like your possession and the creative aspect of the possession was really dictated by Pogba. And having him play up that, I agree, as much as I don't want to, I agree that he really took hold of that game and kind of became your version of N'Golo Kante. Your possession was 60% in this match.
Yeah, he's more attacking than the Kante is, but yeah, his impact on the game was the same. Yeah.
And I really feel like your possession was better because of where Pogba played.
Oh yeah, yes, 100%. It also where he played and then playing the 2 sitting behind him also helped our defense. Rojo had a very strong game in this match as well. he's come back and he looked really good. But sitting Herrera and Matic in front of the back there allowed for 0 shots on goal from Everton at home. 0 on goal.
So the best part of this match was watching the highlight of Jose Mourinho taking a selfie with a fan.
And his face when he walked away was
right
like,
when he came out of the second half. Yeah.
it's like he smelled something when he walked away.
It was like someone bathed him in Limburger cheese. It was
the only thing that
incredible.
sucks is we still don't have Louis van Gaal in the league because I'm glad Mourinho. Every game is going to be entertaining, whether it's the post match or flipping ties and whatever. Like, I just love it. I wish we also had Louis van Gaal in the league still.
This fan calls Jose over for a selfie, and he holds his phone up and holds, the fan holds his phone up, and Jose Mourinho's in the background, and he puts on the most fake smirk you have ever seen in your life for the briefest of moments that just shows like if the glare could have shown off of Jose Mourinho's teeth for that moment in time. And then as soon as the fan is done, he says, thank you to Jose Mourinho. As Jose Mourinho turns pitch side, he rolls his eyes and gives the most dirty look. It was so brilliant.
And then sits down like 2 feet away from the fan because the
Amazing.
bench was like right there.
So now the question is, if you are that fan and you see that replay,
That's awesome.
I take the picture I took with him alongside of
Yes,
that picture.
Exactly.
And be like, this was an awesome day.
Yeah, you're not surprised by that.
No, hell no. That's great.
Because if you
Mourinho rolled his eyes because of me.
That was just brilliant, though.
I
Absolutely.
mean, who would be shocked by that behavior? Nobody. Everybody knows what Mourinho's
Love
like.
him.
Yeah.
Love him.
I miss that there's not a little coaching or manager gate this year like there has been in previous years.
Yeah, the manager gate is this. Pep don't care. It's making him look bad. That's the it's like a reverse negative. Instead of like
negative,
like instead of like rah about it, Pep's like, I'm sorry, what's your name again? I forgot you were in the league still.
Right.
I'm just over here hanging out with the coach from Crystal Palace. We're BSing here in the little. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Crystal Palace and Man City match. Why did you forget the Crystal Palace's coach? Pardue.
Roy Hodgson.
Roy, the former England coach, Roy Hodgson. And Pep are just chilling out talking over this crazy game. Did you see that?
No.
They sat there chat with each other. It's awesome. I would love to know what they were saying. But they just sat there.
Grandpa Roy. Who wouldn't want to know what he has
They're
to
just
say?
sitting there talking, and Pep's talking. I'm thinking, look at this dude, Pep. Smooth criminal, super chill, BSing with the other manager. A few games ago, he coached the other team. Remember, like a few matches ago.
That was
Southampton
funny.
game, yeah.
He's like, you really should get back on the pitch and try harder.
Dude, that's how, I mean, right at this point, he's like, I own this league now. You guys all made fun of me. Oh, we'll be able to figure out Premier League. And he is so
People that own Man City could actually own the league with the amount of cash that they have.
He is so calm, cool, collectedly good that it is awesomely making Jose Mourinho go insane. I love it. They don't like each other.
He from what I understand, he bathes with Jose Mourinho's tears on a weekly basis.
Because Jose Mourinho's like, haha, you did not break the European record for most wins. You're like, and Pep's like, yeah, you're right. That was my record I set at Bayern Munich, by the way. So now I got 1 and 2.
I'd still take Mourinho over Pep any day.
Not in modern football. I
Mourinho's
disagree.
CV is a lot better.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I don't care
He's won
about
Champions Leagues at Porto,
I don't care
Inter
about
Milan.
games you won before. I just care
He's
about
won-
winning now.
He's won Champions Leagues everywhere he's been.
Sweet.
He's
Yeah,
won the
live in
league.
that past, bro.
He's done it with
Live in
multiple
that
clubs.
past.
Pep's
In
done
the
it with
past.
Barcelona. A damn hand puppet and sticks could win with Barcelona. Then he went, let's give myself a real challenge. Let's go to Bayern Munich. Oh, the dominant team in Germany. Oh, let's have anybody we want. Let's have Thomas Mueller. Let's have Robert Lewandowski. Let's have whoever the we want. And then let's go to Man City and take the Sheikh's money and spread that around like it's raining coins.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Jose did it with Porto, Inter Milan, Chelsea. Twice did he win Champions League with Chelsea? Or once? He won it twice with them?
Twice.
Real Madrid. And he's working on Manchester United at the current moment. And in his first year, he did win a European trophy. It wasn't Champions League, but he did win a European trophy and got them in the
He's not going to win Manchester United, boy. They're already the fans are already turning it against Jose.
There's no way. No,
Sounds like a lot of hate speech.
I see the future.
Pep's a fantastic manager. I'm not saying that, but
he just protests too much. This guy.
Let's move on.
Ferris.
Jose was a great one.
I hate you, ass. This should be the 3 ass special, not the 3 wise ass special.
That made me happy.
Moving on.
I'll tell you that one of my favorite things on this entire podcast is winding you up and letting you go.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have fun with it.
Like one of those.
Get my heart going.
Like the
calm
cymbal
down.
monkeys.
That's actually what's great.
You know, like you wind that thing up and let it walk around. It's so great.
Oh man! All right. Well,
I mean, if you insult 2 people, Ferris will lose his.
And those 2 are?
One is Jose Mourinho.
God.
Second is some guy who thinks he knows karate.
Myth?
He thinks he knows karate. What's his name?
Legend. Lion.
but to be fair, we've never actually made fun of
Just because
Ibrahimovic. We've made
he
fun
would come
of
here
Ferris.
and sidekick you in the face.
No, we've made fun of Ferris' love of Ibrahimovic. We've actually never made fun of Ibrahimovic.
Right. Because you're too afraid of him. That man's a lion.
Oh my!
It's brilliant.
Oh man! Look, I'm not gonna lie. There was another part of your gift that I got an email. They didn't have anymore, and no one would come in. And it was definitely a Zlatan bobblehead.
Oh, I tried to get that a few years back.
And
When
they were all-
they never have them when I go on. Yeah, I do have a bobblehead, not a bobblehead, but a little statue figure of the guy that I'm wearing on my shirt right now. Let's piss you off, Robin Van Persie.
Whatever. I'm going to move on to the 10th day, and then I think we're going to probably do another beer after we talk about the 10th match.
10th day.
All right, so 10th match, here we go. On the 10th day for the wise asses, our football gave to thee 10 Lord of London, 9 Lingard's dancing, 8 Mac and Millie, 7 Swans are drowning, 6 Sterling slaying, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season, we agree. Yeehaw! That's right, 10 Lord of London, because it is Tottenham, West Ham, little London derby, 1-1.
Ended in a draw. But
I mean, West Ham will take any point they can get.
Harry Kane did not score in this, but Harry Kane has been the Lord of London.
The dance.
Ding, 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 ding. A few games back, he broke, who was it? Alan Shearer's goal scoring record for a calendar year.
Yeah.
He's also had like back-to-back hat tricks, and this entire festive season, he's just been scoring
On
nonstop.
fire.
He did not score in this, but he has certainly been the Lord there because. But first half of this game was brutal. Literally quiet noise in the background while I worked in my office. That's exactly what it was. Second half, I actually had to turn and watch because there were 2 lovely, lovely goals in this game. Son Heung-min, highly underrated player for Tottenham. Beautiful strike outside the box. Could not have hit that ball more perfect. But before that, Obiang looked like he accidentally scored, but the way he hit the ball was perfect. And his placement, everything was perfect. But he's a defender. I don't think he actually meant to do this. But he did. It didn't. He was surprised.
Right. It was one of those like, I'm going to try and get this. Oh, my God.
It was one of those, if this was basketball, his coach is yelling, no, don't shoot for half court. No, yes.
Yeah.
Like it was exactly one of those, but 2 awesome goals, and Tottenham couldn't get the points though.
West Ham with 30% possession in this. Ugh, that was incredible to see how well Tottenham moved the ball around and kept West Ham chasing the entire match.
It's a miracle Tottenham didn't win.
Well, yeah, and it almost worked into David Moyes' favor. The way he set up to do that and then getting that one goal.
Yeah.
Like, wow, they can hang on to this. But then on the 84th, Son Heung-min, boom, golazo.
And he is so much fun to watch play.
Oh,
my God.
I think he is a crucial part to their team. I said it earlier. He's a very underrated player. He helps make that Ali, Kane, combination click a little bit more because defenders now have another speedy attacking threat to think of. Not just Kane, not just Ali, not just Eriksen. You now have somebody coming off one of the wings that has pace, can put a ball in the box, and just attack you all day long. I think he's crucial to what Kane has done in the past few weeks, and somebody that just is an awesome, awesome player to watch.
And he's really smart because he will pull defenders, and that opens up space for people like Christian Eriksen to put those early crosses in and deliver that really creative play to people like Harry Kane. So he's a smart player. He is so much fun to watch.
On the West Ham side, there was a change that David Moyes made a couple games back that has been really big for them. Adrian in goal instead of Joe Hart.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe Hart's Premier League career fizzling out.
Looks like it.
Yeah,
He's kept them in some games. He got a draw out of out of this. I don't know
again,
what was the
Moyes
shot,
brought in.
Stats, you say that wrong?
Moyes brought in to keep them getting relegated.
31 shots, 8 on goal for Tottenham, and Adrian kept them in the game.
And the passion that Adrian has.
After that first goal, he was like, thought he won the World Cup.
Yeah. And you don't really see Joe Hart with that.
No.
Not anymore, you don't.
Which is weird. Is it just, you think it's just because he's not as happy?
It's Pep. His confidence was destroyed when Pep came in to that club.
But Pep was right.
Was he, though?
God,
or is it?
Yes.
A lot of this game depends on confidence of
Joe Hart.
players.
You tell me that if Joe Hart was at Man City right now, they would not be.
No. Pep was right in the fact that Joe Hart's not a ball-playing goalie that can play the ball out of his feet. But Joe Hart was the England number one and a very strong goalie for them and kept Man City in the early years of this squad that they've built alive. Pep came in and said, I want somebody that can play the ball out of their feet.
Right.
I'm sending you off. I'm shipping you off. He played at Torino last year, I think it was. And Torino doesn't have much of a back four, and he got peppered. Did he have a great season? No. But at that point, his confidence was shot.
Yeah, I think the main reason Pep got rid of him was because, like Ferris said, he wants a keeper that's going to play those really long balls out of the back. And that's paid off for Man City by doing that switch. So I think, yeah, Pep certainly got what he wanted. I'm inclined to agree with Ferris on this, that the confidence of Joe Hart is just in the basement, and playing for this team, he's not going to get it back.
There are two positions in this game that just breed on confidence: goalie and a striker.
Well, actually, right.
Those are the two positions that they need confidence in order to be successful.
And I don't think you're going to see him play.
I think they're going to have to move him to a. He's going to have to go to a better team, no matter where it is.
Either go. I mean, where do you go? Do you go down to the championship? Maybe you see him,
or a club that just got promoted. Maybe that doesn't. Well,
I hope he doesn't. If he's a good keeper. If he drops to a team in a lower division, he's gone. You won't see him very much.
Yeah,
I think he's got to go to a mid table or higher team that has a defense that can stop him from getting annihilated every time. But it's going to be a trick, and I totally agree with Ferris. I think his confidence is so low that it's like Eeyore playing out there.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't playing out there right now.
And we miss a good tunnel cam, too.
Yeah, it's true. Him being all weird.
Come on, David, show me some magic.
And the kids who are there with the players, like, I don't know what to say. What's that guy doing? I don't know what's happening.
And his little stash he had there for a while.
I forgot about that.
Right. We got 2 matches left, so I feel like Ron should do his beer.
All right.
And his wise ass gifts.
All right. So my holiday beer is arguably my favorite holiday beer. And here it is.
Oh, as soon as you said it, I knew it was going to be. Heck yeah, Brosif.
I like this bottle.
Oh, man. It's
The
got
Delirium Noel.
and I love that it's
I
in
haven't had this yet.
it looks like the clay bottle that
Yes.
your bottles used to be. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not, but it looks like
Speaking of Eeyore, look at that pink elephant that's on there.
Eeyore is a
Eeyore's
donkey, so
donkey.
I don't know what that meant.
Oh yeah, I was way
It's way off.
way
A
off.
Samsonite. So this is Delirium beer is a beer made in Belgium.
We did get one Belgian beer in.
You're welcome. It's got an
Belgian
eight-
beer in, Belgian beer in, Belgian beer in, Belgian beer in, Belgian beer in.
Belgian beer in. Oh, damn.
I didn't know I had beatboxing skills.
I didn't know you did either. I went with it.
This is a 10% ABV. It's a kind of an amber with a very white kind of lacy foam on top. A complex scent of caramel, malt, fruit, and spices with the sweetness of alcohol. Mm-mm-mm. One of my favorite beers of all time. Delirium. Gentlemen.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I have not had this yet.
This is one of my favorites, but I got to be honest, it has been a real long time.
And I like the foil around the top too.
It feels like a classy beer drink.
Yeah.
I love the way we went a 4% beer, a 7%, and now
Just worked their way up.
10%.
She looks so pretty. Oh man, lot of foam.
Whoop, a lot of foam.
lot of foam, lot of sap. Be careful. It was more carbonated than I anticipated. Coming out.
Aaron likes to bring in the carbonated beers.
He likes that head retention.
Yep.
I'm
And
going to pour this in a brand new Manchester United pint glass courtesy of Blake.
I hope you get lead poisoning.
What he doesn't know is I laced it with anthrax prior to the show and wrapping it.
Man, we like descended on him for that.
Wow. Oh, yeah. A lot of,
Ye old lead poisoning and
Ye old lead
anthrax.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm going to have foam
That was
head
a-
and lead poisoning.
Dude, that was a great pour. No, come here. I'm gonna get a picture of that. That was like a freshman in college pouring a beer. Good grief! What is that? Look, at,
Like yours is not much better.
Yeah, and in fairness,
I warned him.
I tried. No, but this is, there was nothing I could do. I didn't know.
I warned you. You knew better.
You guys are amateurs. Look at mine. You guys have like 4 inches ahead.
Yes.
That was punchline
Yeah,
scramble.
it was. We all just stopped.
You serious, Clark?
Exactly what that one was.
Oh my god.
Eeyore is a damn donkey.
Yes.
No, he's an ass. You should remember that because we're the three wise asses.
We are the
today.
three wise asses. I like the elephant though. He's on some skis. He has a Santa hat, nice scarf on him.
Yeah, delirium trimming's delicious. Y'all ready to give this a try? You can drink from the bottle.
Yeah, that's well.
Cheers.
Well.
Cheers.
Cilantro.
Joyeux Noël, which is French, but they speak that too in Belgium. So there you go. So bready, malty.
Sweet yet spicy. Oh.
You know, actually,
There's a lot in it.
this was a good ramp up from the Star Trek Captain's Holiday to the Anderson Valley Winter Solstice to this. That was a good ramp up to this beer.
It was.
Nice and bready. Oh man.
And for the presents.
Oh right.
Ooh.
Wise ass presents all around.
Prezzies.
Hello. Give us some prezzies.
Is it a beer on a coach on a plane?
I'll be on a coach on a plane.
It's a dialect book on how to talk like Wayne Rooney.
Blake's going first.
All right, here we go.
Oh, okay.
It's a book of some form and fashion. Dad jokes.
Oh man.
Because Blake drops so many horrible
Over the top.
dad jokes.
And now it's official.
All right. And now he's
Read us-
officially
just
a
flip
dad.
to any page in there and just
All right, here we go.
That one off.
We're just going to let fate be All right, boom. There we go. Number 188. What time is it when an elephant... Oh, this is great.
This is perfect.
What time... Because there's an elephant on the bottle of
completely
beer.
unplanned, by the way.
What time is it when an elephant sits on your fence?
I don't know.
It's time to get a new one.
Oh man. Wow. Wow.
Go for a top 3.
All right. Well, I don't know about top 3, but I'll do 3. Here we go. I'm just going to... bam, here we go. 134. Why did the lost dad lose his job at the massage parlor?
Oh, God.
This could not end well.
He rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Where's the cricket sound?
We're going to put it in post.
And my
my
Douglas Adams
God.
fan in me for 3 is going to go to number 42. For those of you like History Guide the Galaxy, that's where that came from.
Awesome.
What did the man who sent his girlfriend a huge pile of snow ask her?
Oh, no.
No clue.
Did you get my drift?
Oh, man.
We'll be doing a reading from this in our new podcast, Dad Joke Literary Hour.
It's sure to be the cure for insomnia.
Next on the BBC
my
radio.
Lord.
Radio Watford.
Radio Watford.
We don't get much of that around here. Radio Watford.
That's pretty good. All right.
That's great. That's perfect.
So Ferris's is a two-parter. Go.
So scared. Ron used the word build a few pods ago, and since then my mind has been racing to figure out what build means.
What?
You said you have to build something.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
All right, is he opening the first one correct?
He's opening the first one correctly, yes.
It looks like a giant British cracker, like those little pop things.
Is this a Tervis Manchester United glass?
Yes, it is.
Where the hell did you find this?
You just don't have to worry
I
about
mean,
that.
like a Tervis
Tervis,
brand.
because Tervis is very specific. My mom has been trying to find me this for ages.
And Tervis is a Florida company, should be noted.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes, they're based out
Made in the
of
USA.
Bradenton?
I think so,
Is
yeah.
that the place? Where
Tervis.
the hell did you find this?
You just don't worry about it.
I have like every Tervis class in my favorite teams. I have not been able to find one in Manchester
literally
United. Wow.
searched for that as part of, and
I may have had to smuggle that in.
holy,
Oh boy, break customs. I love it.
Here is the second part. And once you open it, you're going to go, oh, cool. And then I'm going to tell you a story.
well, Tervis doesn't have a top, so I'm hoping the only thing in that big box is a top.
You'll see.
Fresh China air. That's as light as it feels.
Fresh off the JAL.
I think you should have wrapped more paper in it.
Well, trying to open up a present
Did
while
you-
you're
did you
leaning
get-
back in a chair and trying to get it on
Ron,
mic is
did you
not-
wrap that in the box that was over here?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that Ron came to my house and was like, "Do you have any wrapping paper?"
That says your name on it very clearly.
Yeah.
I totally stole the box from you. I'll just open it.
What you got in there?
No clue. It's like triple wrapped.
It's really, this is ridiculous. Was that the top? Wait a minute. The top is blue.
Weird ass.
So, yeah, the top is indeed blue, which means you have to drink from the blue lid the entire time. Now, the funny thing is, I thought to myself, what a funny joke. And then he replaces the top. So I did a little aftermarket work on the mug and the top, which means you can only drink from the top of that
it's
lid.
from a different country. Oh, you a-hole.
So you cannot replace it with a black or
I
a
do have
red
a black
top,
one at home.
and it won't work.
Wait. So is it a
It's a Tervis cup, but my guess is because you got it from a different country, the dimensions and everything are different.
No, I did aftermarket work on it.
Oh, whoa.
So only the blue lid will
Ooh.
work with the thing. That was a giant box for a lid. I was joking, but that's what is actually what was in there.
my black tops will not match this.
No. It'll spill all over the place. I've been
You know
working
damn
on
well
it.
I'm going to go home and try this.
I've been working on it
He's
for
like, son of a thank God it was
Wow.
there.
like, I don't know, 6 weeks I've been working on this thing.
Do you
I
have
love this.
Do you
cup,
have
though. I've
the
been trying to find one. So this is going straight to work. This is my everyday cup.
Do you have
This
the
is
actual
awesome.
top to like ransom at some point?
No, because after what I did to it, a regular top will not work on it.
It's like the same. You must. Oh man, this would be you. This would be you. Let's alter it by like a centimeter and a half, and let's watch Ferris go mad because he has to have a blue top on. Yeah.
I love it.
You're
Oh, I
welcome.
love it too. I've been. Oh, yeah, love it.
You know, what I also love is delirium tremens. Dang, this is good.
Yeah.
Actually, they've all been good.
I can actually pour the rest of mine since my head's gone down.
That's what I
Phrasing.
heard. All right, moving on to match 11. Here we go.
Thank you, Ron.
On the 11th day for the wise asses. Wait, well, gosh, I got
Hold on.
Sorry, I got to swing between the two pages now. It's not on the one page.
Take two.
On the 11th day for the wise asses, our football gave to the 11 Perez is pouncing, 10 Lord of London, 9 Lingards dancing, 8 Mac and Millie, 7 Swans are drowning, 6 Sterling slaying, 5 golden points, 4 cherry goals, 3 total goals, 2 Algerian scoring, and a fun festive season, we agree. Woo! Stoke City at home against Newcastle. And Ayaz Perez scores in the 73rd minute.
Stoke tumbling.
And breaks Mark Hughes'
Again,
plan of attack here because he
another club that is staring at a club like Burnley going, your fans are going, why are we here? We have years of experience to know how to play in the Premier League. But what has Stoke been doing for years in the Premier League?
Surviving.
No. Well, mid-table.
But they've also...
mediocrity.
But they,
Yes.
Right.
And that is not a thing I think you can do in this current Premier League. Playing that way to maintain, like playing the Tony Pulis long ball just to maintain that 10th spot. Do you say, like, those things aren't working right now?
Everton's kind of doing it.
Yeah, but let's be honest, dude. Everton's only 7 points out of the bottom. Like, they're doing it, but not.
And they were at the bottom before Big Sam came in. Mark Hughes, how he wasn't fired after this is, everybody thought he was going to be. But the Stoke management team is real. They kept Pulis on for years and years and years. Hughes will probably have until the end of the year unless things go really wrong and they really see themselves in the last 4 or 5 games in the bottom.
The beer is very carbonated.
Yes,
I know.
it's very
I was like,
carbonated.
oh gosh, yeah.
But Hughes started a what's the cup? The Caribou Cup type squad.
Chupacabra Cup.
Chupacabra Cup. There you go.
I can never.
No, I
Is
love
it
that
Caribou,
one better.
Caribou
it's
Coffee
Caribou,
Cup?
but it's Chupacabra Cup,
Yeah.
where you start like your reserves. He basically started that
Or
that
Cupa
squad.
Libre Cup, a little
Cupa
rum and
Libre.
Coke.
Yeah, I love
lime.
that.
Yeah.
Started that against.
Amazing.
Guys, let us
You
name
know,
your
like 7 degrees of just
let us
weirdness.
name your Star Trek beers and your league, your little championship leagues here.
your little championship. Just little championship leagues.
Because like if it was a Cupa Libre Cup and everyone got a rum and Coke while you're watching the match,
Oh,
that's way
the cans
cooler
would
than the
spike.
Caribou Coffee Cup from Seattle.
True.
Because Caribou
Oh
Coffee
my
was in
God.
Seattle.
Move
at the
it.
time.
Oh, man.
They're like number 2.
Get a dad
next
joke
to-
book again.
Yeah,
Just
that's
start
way
reading from
better.
it. Yeah, just go ahead and just read
Number
yourself
168. Why don't dads enjoy television shows about origami? Because they're pay-per-view.
Oh man,
That's actually pretty good.
that's actually
I'm really mad that I laughed at it.
I'm done. I'm crying.
But you know the other gift I do love is that Tatooine United Star Wars soccer jersey. Oh, speaking of which, did you guys see that for the 9th episode of Star Wars, they're actually going to talk about who Vader's real wife was?
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, Ella.
I didn't know what.
Ella Vader.
Oh, God.
That one was not in the book. Oh my God.
He just makes nerdum and dad jokes in one.
Oh my God.
And that was a total burner. Oh my God.
Just
that was,
broke Ferris. Ferris Oh,
I gotta give you credit. That was pretty good.
Terrible. You look content and happy there.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the book.
Oh,
That's the new hashtag.
and for Christmas,
Back to the fact.
actually, speaking of, because my wife knows I'm a nerd, she made me Chewbacca cookies. They're a little chewy.
You should just stuck with the elevator one. You should just
Should have left with
should have left
Ella.
with that one.
No, I'm proud of it.
You'd be getting booed and tomatoes be thrown at you at this point.
You could drop all the PB.
Yeah, but Hughes basically started just a non Premier League starting squad, or the best team that he could have put out. He did not play that against Chelsea because he was playing at Stamford Bridge and figured, why waste what we got? Let's go after Newcastle. Well, that didn't work for you.
I have a lot of beeps in this holiday special episodes. I gotta
It's jolly. It's happy. Why not?
Jolly.
Newcastle ruined that not real quick, but they ruined that. And Stoke had a lot of chances of this, and they were peppering the other goal, but not more. If you're going to make that type of decision, you better be sure it's going to pay off, and you're at least going to get a point from the game.
That was a
That
hell of a
didn't even
gamble.
happen. Yeah.
And it failed pretty
And
well.
he still has a job. So
How much longer do you think?
let's see. There's 22 games left, right? So in the next, I think he gets 3 games. In the next 3 games, if he does not get I mean, I don't have their schedule in front of me, but if he does not get, I would say, 4 points in the next 3 games, he's gone. Because Stoke City is in the bottom 3 as we currently sit.
Here are the next 5 fixtures for Stoke. Man U on January 15th. Huddersfield on the 20th. Watford on the 31st. February 3 versus Bournemouth. And then February 10 versus Brighton Hove and Albion.
So Watford and Huddersfield, if he can get a win against Huddersfield and a point against Watford, I think he keeps his job.
Yeah, a loss against Man U, unless it's
I think that's kind of obvious.
unless it's like 6-0. Even then, that's not going to.
However, do you think
At Old Trafford, too, I think, right?
if he were to
I
somehow
would like to throw down the wager that I see Man U drawing against them real easy. Like
that's what is going to be my question. If he draws or wins on Man U, is the slate clean?
No, because I still think it comes down to the 3 matches. If he gets a point from, say it's 1-1, and then he goes back home because the next 2 games are at home. Goes to Huddersfield comes to Stoke and he loses 2-0, and then Watford come to Stoke and they lose 3-0. He gone. So no, I don't think getting a point away from that.
I don't think he's going to make 3. Personally,
I do.
I think he gets 3 because at 25 you then have 11 matches.
Did you see him his post-match interviews though, where he's like, "Everything I've done for this club, this is BS." Like basically, is what he's saying. He's like, for me to be criticized with this, that, and like
to a degree is good on him because in the current game, media fans are real quick to say you've lost 2 games, you should be out. Well, let's give.
I was joking about Mourinho, but literally, man, United fans were freaking out about Mourinho because
he
of the draws.
shouldn't be. Sir Alex did not have the best of seasons. His first couple of seasons had the ownership group not given him a chance to carry out what he was trying to build. That man's going to go down as probably one of the best managers to ever be in the game, if not the best.
Ron's broke the seal. He's gonna. What you don't know is he's gonna get to go pee now. He's already done it once already.
Yeah, I know. I broke the seal.
Killing me. I was getting ready to do. Getting ready to do the 12th. I mean, hurry up, Ron.
You'll be fine.
Run.
No,
I
hate you with that blue top.
Where I think he might stay, unless it's just unless the next 3 games are utter disaster. Who are you? I mean, there is no. I mean, unless you're just saying we're going to can him and keep like the assistant managers or something. I'm not really sure. There's a.
Who was the name that was being tossed out?
Who are you pulling up?
Oh Lord, there was an. No.
You know what? Ron's gone.
Bring Tony Pulis back. Screw it.
But too late. He's already signed up. Do you think?
Wait. Where did he sign up at?
He just signed with someone in the championship. Look it up real quick.
Oh,
you're right.
Did
Middlesbrough?
Yeah,
he's just with the Smoggies. He's with the Smoggies.
We said it on the last pod. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Let me ask you something. Let's go back a match while Ron's in the bathroom. Rafa Benitez,
good manager.
If Newcastle just barely stays in this year, you think he'll stick around? Or is someone going to snatch
Rafa?
Is someone going to snatch him up?
Where's he going to go?
Not would Newcastle get rid of him. Would someone snatch him up? Who?
Newcastle's a huge club. You're in the Premier League. Where else would you go?
I mean, a club like an Everton, but if Sam Allardyce is going to stay, I don't think it's the case. I don't know. It's just
something that comes to mind.
I'm throwing it out there. Like,
but I don't think he's of that caliber yet because they're talking. I could see like a PSG going after him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
But I don't.
Maybe somebody out
but
of
I
league.
don't think he's at that level
tell you this,
now.
though.
A few years back when he went to Madrid, I think he.
If it's not after this season, though, I don't think he's got one more before someone snatches him.
But if you're Benitez, where and why would you want to go? The where being okay, so maybe PSG, but
that's what, if they
where else? And then the why is you brought this team up. Yes, you went down with them at first, but Newcastle was going down regardless.
We went back, Ron, by the way, to talk a little Benitez.
But then you then immediately brought them back up, and you have dealt with an owner that is a good businessman, but doesn't necessarily give you all the funginess. Business.
It is the British way.
That's a great voice. I love hearing that.
I can only do like Sam Eagle like 5 words at a time because it's too hard to do Sam Eagle from Muppets.
But you are basically, you're the Sean Dyche of Newcastle. That's how the fans see you at the current time. The Geordies see you as this man that came in, that coached Real Madrid and coached Liverpool. And you came in and you brought our club back up, and you're bringing a lot to the club. So Newcastle's a huge club.
To me, would you want to go? It's not about Newcastle. It's just, would someone like a PSG? That's what I meant. Would someone go after him? That's kind of more so what I meant. But I digress. Rod is back from the peapot. Let us move upon to the 12th and final day of Christmas. On the 12th day for the wise asses our football gave to thee. 12 defenses not defending, because we're talking about Arsenal and Chelsea. 11 Perez's pouncing. 10 Lord of London. 9 Lingard's dancing. 8 Mac and Millie. 7 Swans are drowning. 6 Sterling slaying. 5 golden points. 4 cherry goals. 3 total goals. 2 Algerian scoring. And a fun festive season, we agree. Yeah, that was the devil's chord because it sounded awful.
Because I was singing.
I'm right with you.
Yeah.
Ferris can make fun all he wants to write in this headline about defenders not defending. Arsenal Chelsea 2-2, hands down, best game of the entire festive fixture.
Lies.
No.
The first game that started off, Arsenal and Liverpool. Was it even better? Yes, it was.
No.
There was come from behind goals and then come from behind goals at that point.
No, this game looked like this is the thing. Whenever Ron and I have gotten together to watch these matches, they don't tend to be fun. Like, you hope that two clubs are just going to go at it. This one felt like we dropped our gloves, we looked each other down an alley, and we just went for it. Like, as opposed to...
It was a Liverpool match, too, though.
Yeah.
I don't think the Liverpool-Arsenal match was nearly as end-to-end.
Yeah.
It was 3-3.
Yeah, but
there was a lot of possession in there. There was a lot of slowing
wouldn't
play
you say
in
so that
there.
it was 3-3 with mistakes? The Arsenal-Chelsea was more like burning end-to-end. It just, and other than, some acting going on when someone goes in the calf.
Wait, as much as I've heard and seen on this, did he embellish? Yes, he did, but it was a penalty.
So you're admitting he embellished, mister.
But that's not the same as a dive.
But you're admitting he embellished.
Yes.
So you think there's a chance.
Let the record show he embellished. No,
right. But there was contact and there was a foul that happened to be in the box. That's a penalty.
But with Liverpool and Arsenal, it's not a history. It just didn't feel like Arsenal wanted to win this game. Chelsea wanted to win this game. The Arsenal-Liverpool match felt like two professional clubs that want to win. It felt personal. It was way more fun.
Yeah. This one was incredible.
I mean, freaking
another London derby.
Little hug action from Sanchez and
no, from Fabregas to Sanchez. Because Fabregas was going to completely destroy
it was great.
Sanchez after that takedown.
Yeah, that's the crap I'm talking about. That is what made this to me
the passion
best match
in this match. I would argue,
right? And we've been waiting for this. We're like, it was an okay match.
Yeah,
finally, our clubs. This is what you kind of want to see
because normally. Us getting together to watch an Arsenal-Chelsea match has been like a 5-0 blowout from Chelsea to Arsenal because you had 2 players thrown off because they were mad at Costa.
No red cards. No, you're right. You're right. Like we've had.
But Chelsea could have used Costa in this game because Morata easily missed a hat trick that he could have had.
He missed 3.
Killing me. I have him on fantasy.
But Czech also had a good game.
2
too.
point
no, but those weren't.
No,
those
weren't
buried
no,
those.
Yeah.
Correct.
But Czech also stopped some others from coming
2-1 on the keeper. Point blank misses.
Yeah.
And the third one was not point blank, but it was also inexcusable.
But he should have
put that away.
He should have bumpered that around the
yes.
Easy.
And then Sanchez
bumpered. I was like, what? Oh.
Sanchez had a 2-post rattler, which was amazing and should have scored.
Courtois saved, pushed off the post when
post?
along the line. And
it's one of those things that happens when you play FIFA and you want to throw the controller across the room because you're like, that never happened.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It totally happened.
This match was one of the most fun matches of the entire season.
Anyone could have won. It was, to be honest, when it ended 2-2, that's what it needed to be. Like it needed to be 2-2 or 3-3. It was so much fun. I put up a picture of Ron and I. We were like, holy crap. The last 20 minutes was fantastic. I mean, so much fun.
And great hair in this, too. Kylo Ren scoring a last-minute gasp goal.
Kylo Ren plays for Orlando City now.
I will
this
argue
is
that
Kylo Ren.
Bellerin,
No.
Bellerin looks like him.
No.
What's their Star Wars character?
Totally does.
Hold on.
I said this when we watched the
Sasha
match.
Question has a mustache.
Sasha Question
Oh, I'm glad to have him, though.
he just signed on from Red Bulls to Orlando City Soccer Club. He is the mustachioed Kylo Ren. Hector Bellerin, have you seen his bun, dude? Dude, he's Rey from Star Wars. I've already talked to Ron about this. That I want to Photoshop Bellerin's face on Rey holding the lightsaber standing next to Luke.
Kylo Ren.
No.
Hold on. I will say that when
His man bun deal is too good.
when his man bun is up, he does look like
Because
Rey.
we're watching the match.
Nobody breaks down a man bun like the Brewtiful Game.
And I looked at Ron. I was like, I would love it if he would do the 3-bun thing that Rey has in Force Awakens. Well, I guess in the Last Jedi as well. I was like, because that's what he looks like.
But when his hair is down, he looks a little more like.
Yeah. But have you seen the new Last Jedi?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Adam Driver with his shirt off. He's ripped. He looks much more. He's a bigger dude. It's Bellerin is Rey.
Great strike from Rey.
Yeah. She used the Force. He used the
Bellerin.
Force.
Bellerin.
It was a great.
Right.
I mean, okay.
But that was
so
after Goldilocks scored an awesome goal as well.
Bellerin. What's the last match Arsenal was just in? Was that Southampton? Was that the prior one?
No, we played Southampton last.
Who was the match prior for Arsenal?
West Brom?
West Brom.
What did that go? What did that match end in?
1-1.
That was infuriating
There
because
should have been a penalty. It wasn't a penalty.
well, but also like Bellerin had moments when we should have held on, and he chose to. Actually, I'm maybe thinking of the Southampton game prior to that, but it was like we were ahead, and Bellerin ran up as if we were down by 1, and it cost us a counter. In this match, I love that Bellerin played like that, but I love when he does that stuff. But I feel like again, while this is totally being an Arsenal fan, it's like being a Liverpool fan. I'm saying I love what Bellerin did, and he scored that goal, and it was awesome. My gosh, it drives me crazy that he always wants to do that when there are times like you didn't do, stay back and defend. But he'll run up when maybe we shouldn't be doing that because we should be holding on to the 3 points. And instead, toward the end of the game, we lose that and go to a draw. And that is being an Arsenal fan in a nutshell right now, is flashes of absolute utter brilliance followed by complete incompetence. Now in this game, you didn't have that happen in a single. Usually it happens in a single match. That didn't really happen in this match. It was a blast. There was a ton of fun. Arsenal, Chelsea, back and forth.
And good old Jackie Wilshere gets back on the page.
Jack Wilshere, man, who gets his first Premier League goal. He just recently got his first goal at the Emirates for the FA Cup, or was it the Chupacabra?
Chupacabra Cup.
But yeah, Jack Wilshere, and you know what?
Caribou Cup.
Caribou Coffee from Seattle. Jack Wilshere too. I mean, they've got a World Cup coming up. He's vying for a spot on that.
Who else does England have in that midfield?
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
So if he can keep this playing up, I bet you he gets a call.
But tons of fun. I as an Arsenal fan, it's frustrating because if we played like that all the time, we'd be in that top 4 bouncing around too. But that's just not what happens. But usually, they don't play like this against Chelsea. Whatever bugaboo gets in the head. Because recently, with us, Ron, it's either been like a 5-0 blowout or kind of a boring 1-1. And this was not. Yeah. This was not. This draw was a blast. It was tons of fun to watch. But here's my thing. Let me be a little depressing.
It was incredibly physical this whole match.
It was, but there was, and see, as an Arsenal fan, what has been driving you crazy is to not see that passion on the pitch. And there was that passion on the pitch, and I loved it. Like Ozil, really good in the first half. Disappeared a little bit in the second half, but he was really good in the first half.
Do you re-sign him or Sanchez or both?
Sanchez.
Wait, who was the guy that got his first start too for Arsenal? Oh crap!
He played Rob Holding, the other guy.
He played a great game.
Colin Chambers.
No. First start for Premier League, not Chambers.
Maitland Niles.
Maitland Niles.
He started in the Liverpool game.
He did. So Maitland Niles had a great game.
Chambers was on loan all last year with Middlesbrough.
But Maitland Niles, really good game. Did not play.
He's been solid since coming for you.
Yes, yeah. That's a good look at the future. I don't know, man. The Ozil Sanchez thing.
They're talking about selling Sanchez.
Okay.
This month
now.
for $25 million.
Try and get.
Oh my God, what a bargain.
Well, that are free at the end.
True.
Here's the thing. By the way, whenever Blake asks me some questions, we end up going for 30 minutes. I don't want to do that. I want to wrap this up. But if Arsene loses out, if he can't get into the Champions League
Again.
maybe he doesn't get into the Europe at all. I mean, because let's be honest, but maybe he fights and they get 6th place, but they don't really get any better than last year. If you lose Sanchez and Ozil, especially Sanchez for free, do they actually give Arsene his 2nd year, or do you? Because remember we talked about like them giving him a 2-year contract was like the only thing that sucked about it, I said was at the time was I hate this because if things go bad in that 2-year run and they have to fire him, that's how you end a really great run at a club. You know what I mean? As opposed to finishing it out. And if he loses those players, if they're like, we trusted you to not sell this guy and make us a ton of money.
Okay, so let's go the other side of the coin ish. Let's say they don't sell Ozil or Sanchez in January, and Wenger pulls a Mourinho, and they get 6th, 7th in the league, but win the Europa League and make the Champions League via that well. Does Sanchez sign with them? Does Ozil sign with them?
I think
maybe Ozil. I don't know about Sanchez.
That's what I think. I think Ozil stays. Sanchez is out.
Yeah, I agree completely. Totally. That's exactly what happened. Sanchez would be gone. Ozil would stay.
I think so.
And I think at that point you would really throw your money down on trying to get a Mahrez type or somebody like, you know what I mean? Like, but
Ozil hasn't been consistent enough to say I've been great and I'm leaving.
Because that would be my other side of that.
Sanchez has been great.
Anybody would snatch up Sanchez.
Well, anybody
Ozil
being somebody in the same league is going to probably snatch him up. City.
Sure.
Snatch who?
Sanchez.
Yeah, that makes sense. But not Ozil.
That's brutal, though. Do you want to go through another year of City just dominating and then?
But that might happen anyway.
You know what? The question is, will Sanchez go to City? However, because
of course, he has a chance to win stuff.
Sure, but he has a chance to win stuff from the bench or on as an impact player.
I think Sanchez starts pretty quickly.
Behind who? Who's he going to start for?
Not Sterling.
Okay, hold on.
Not Aguero.
Hold on. If he manages, Pep, to really hold most of this team, which we've all said is fantastic, you add a Sanchez to it, you go into the Champions League next year, maybe England's got its first shot at an English club making the Champions League run.
But who's he sitting for?
Well, no, but I'm saying that may change things because
it's not going to change anything because Sanchez wants to go win silverware somewhere.
Okay, but
so he's going to want to go start somewhere.
What if City offload
that's
Aguero and bring in Sanchez as their center forward?
But that's what I'm saying is that
why would you get? I'm sorry, I would not get rid of Aguero for Sanchez.
I would.
No, I wouldn't.
But it almost happened.
But that's the debate right there. Is because Pep, I don't feel like really fully.
He didn't trust Aguero fully.
Yeah, he's not fully into him. Sanchez,
that was on
played
the
center
table.
forward and played for.
That was on the table for Arsenal.
No. Aguero's not going to Arsenal.
No. It was on the table prior to this year. That was the big negotiation was going on, and it never got settled. But instead, if they just get Sanchez for free and Aguero goes wherever, that's the hard part. Is because
I don't think so. Sanchez wants to go somewhere where he's going to play.
I just said
where is that? PSG. Well, he wouldn't even go to PSG because he's not getting in front of Mbappe or Neymar. So
and don't forget
Bayern. Maybe
Pep has a
Munich.
You've got to
go to Juventus.
You've got a couple Italian clubs that are hurting
also don't
for
forget,
strikers.
Will
Inter Milan?
You say who's he going to go? What's going to happen?
Striker,
but also, will Man City? I don't. And this is me not being able to look at the contracts where they're all sitting. You say that, but maybe there's a perfect situation within the contracts that if you snag a Sanchez, you can let someone go or sell someone who's got a year left to get some money for him. If you're Man City, I don't know. I'm not looking at the.
How do you let
contracts.
Sanchez get to this point right now?
How do you break the? Yes, I agree with you, Ferris. But how do you break up the current Manchester City chemistry?
You're gonna. You have to because people are going to be slinging money, and you're going to go. Well, I want to break this up, but this guy's got 1 year left. I can either get, much like Arsenal did not, I can get this money now, or you know what I mean? Like,
And you think of the core at Man
but the silverware
City.
for that year.
well, and
Hold
Aguero
on.
makes a lot of sense in that.
The silverware for the year that you're going to keep that person is way more beneficial than to the club than trading him out and putting in someone who's not quite as good.
Sanchez.
I don't know. It's hard to me. Aguero and Sanchez aren't a direct comparison because
Sergio Aguero feels like he's run his a lot like the guy we mentioned earlier with Van Persie. He's run his run. That makes no sense. But he has done everything he could for Man City. He scored on that day a few years back, last minute. It feels like he's done everything he can for that club. Jesus is sitting there in the wings, very young Brazilian that's in and can score goals. It feels like they're like, okay, thank you, Sergio, for everything you've done.
it's who they make money off of. Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna sell you off. Blah blah blah.
I think that's how you
And
help
then you get in
keep your.
Sanchez.
You're saying don't break the chemistry. I think selling Aguero is how you
he's,
help not.
He's
break
not
the
part of their
chemistry.
core there.
Yeah.
It's either him or Jesus. Sometimes it's both, but they don't really
And
have that
you're-
chemistry
and
together.
you're
The
right.
core- The
Hold on.
core right now is like the De Bruyne's,
That's true, but you are
Stones,
completely
Ederson.
forgetting what Aguero is doing off the ball. Completely forgetting what he does off the
But
ball.
who'd say Sanchez? Well, Sanchez showed that he can play that center forward role pretty effectively at Arsenal. Was it last year that they tried him in that role?
In the beginning of this year.
Yeah, but
so he showed that he can. He scored goals.
He
we were
did.
sitting on this pod saying,
Yeah.
he's bagged a bunch of goals that way.
that's true.
So
But
I
the
feel
rest
like-
of the team floundered.
Yeah, but hold on. You have
He has
Sanchez
a
up
lot
front
better talent
with
at
a
Man City
Kevin
if
De
he goes
Bruyne
there.
giving him
Yes.
the ball. Different.
Well,
Good story.
good lord! I mean,
Like that's a different
a 75-year-old
Exactly.
grandma can score with Kevin De Bruyne giving him the ball.
While I agree with you, Ron, Sanchez is a passionate dude that wants silverware. That's not staying at Arsenal. And who else you like? And right now, it's not going to Chelsea, guys. I'm not picking on your teams. That's not going to Chelsea. That's going to Man United unless they fall apart.
I think he leaves
Man
the league.
City,
He leaves the league.
It's Man City or leaves the league.
I think it just leaves
I
the
think
league.
There's no other club he goes to but Man City or leaves the league.
He goes to the Italian or Bundesliga.
Yeah.
What if Ozil goes to Manchester United and Sanchez goes to City? Oh God, Arsenal fans will explode.
Their heads would just vibrate off.
You know, here's the thing, man. When Ozil's, I'm torn. When he is on, I want him on the club, but
Yeah.
man, he is I don't know. Sanchez. Even when we suck, he looks good. You don't want to lose him. Ozil, if you could find a replacement, please do. Not because Ozil's bad, but because he is just inconsistent.
No. Sorry, I said yeah, but I think the opposite of that. I think Sanchez is more of a luxury player for you, where Ozil makes creations happen and goals happen and assists happen more than Sanchez. So I would say you would want to sign Ozil.
Yes, Ozil would
and
be
then
the one.
Sell. Is that what you were? You said that.
Well, no, yes, in that I do think that's how that would happen. As Ron was talking about earlier, yeah, I think it would be. They have the opportunity to sell or to hold on to Ozil because he might be just Sanchez. A Man City would say, "I'll take you." I don't know that a Man City would grab Ozil. Man, you maybe, but maybe it's Chelsea.
Ozil has proved to be inconsistent. If he's on, he's on. If he's off, he's just off.
Yeah.
And so I think
disappears.
Yeah, I think him pulling a Lukaku essentially. Exactly. Really,
He scored today in the FA Cup.
takes him off of.
A game that doesn't matter. Wow.
Hey, no, come on, man.
Just saying.
My
I'm just saying.
United pint glass.
I'm just saying.
I think that takes him off of.
Derby County second in the championship. Didn't you say that earlier?
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay, so going into that, what is Arsenal's?
I was just.
Go ahead.
I was about to say we should wrap this up. Move on to our New Year's resolutions.
You're going first though,
hold on,
because
Okay.
Hold on.
Perfect.
One thing
Yeah.
though, because tinfoil transfers
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
hot off the wire, folks.
copper wire.
Morse code even. So, Ross Barkley to Chelsea.
That was
Right.
confirmed today, right?
Confirmed.
Ugh.
However, here's the tinfoil transfer rumor. Andy Carroll on loan to Chelsea. Oh,
It's weird.
Why the would you do that?
Oh my god, you guys with your bleeps are killing me.
They have Murata. They
yeah.
have Batman. You don't need Andy Carroll.
Murata has proved amazing to score
Except for the Chelsea man.
only with his head.
He's decent with his feet.
We didn't-
4 of his 6 goals that were early crosses all came off of his head.
Probably from Azpilicueta too, right?
Correct. His 10 goals, 4 from his feet, 6 with his head.
I mean,
lot of
look,
math
dude,
right now.
I'm
A lot
happy
of
for you, but in the day, it doesn't effing matter because Man City's winning the league. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just the truth.
Battle for second.
I mean, it is this, and I'm not even.
I don't know that I want
The thing-
Andy Carroll.
I
No, hell no,
agree.
you don't want it. Take
To be
Danny
honest-
Drinkwater, take Ross. Danny Drinkwater and Ross Barkley
Will
are good
do-
for 2 things. The FA Cup,
Yeah.
and coming off of like midweek game matches, that's when they'll come in.
Yeah, why does
And,
Ross Barkley
um,
hasn't played a competitive match in
Champions League.
ages.
And Champions
No,
League.
no, you're not playing
You know-
Danny
you know, could
Drinkwater
use-
No,
and-
hold on.
No.
They can play other games so that the
So
correct
the next
squad
yeah.
is on for Champions
you know who could use Andy Carroll? It's Arsenal because without
Oh, like,
Giroud,
no, that's another. That's another.
hold on. No, what I'm saying is
Bentner,
here's
Bentner thing,
here's
I don't know.
one of the things that kills us was I knew it was going to go down into a draw at that
You
point.
have an Andy Carroll, a better looking, more lumbersexual.
But when is he
No.
coming? But when is he coming back?
That man heals off of unicorn
6
tears. He'll be
6
fine.
weeks.
6. That's what I'm saying.
6 weeks.
Like
6 weeks, you wait lifetimes for a man like that.
6 weeks is how many points Arsenal desperately needs him. I'm just saying.
I broke Ron.
You wait a lifetime for a man.
All right, okay. We got to wrap this up. We need to wrap this up. So we said it's New Year's resolutions, but instead of doing our own for our club, for me, for Arsenal, it is finding as many people did I saw on Twitter and Facebook. They had like a couple things. Like one of my favorites was like, be kind, create something, don't read the comments, read. And like I like that kind of stuff. So I give it I like that. For Arsenal, it is find the passion. And 2 would be I was about to say arson, relax off the complaining about refs and things. Guys, we started with Star Trek. We're gonna end with Star Wars.
Oh God, here we go.
A little Yoda. Yoda's got some things. Yoda's got some things to say in The Last Jedi. And you know what it is? Do you guys remember what I said a while back? Burn it all down! Arsenal's getting relegated when I was so mad at that match.
I remember that.
Remember that now.
Yoda gave a great lesson to Luke in one of the new hashtag spoilers in the new Star
I haven't
Wars.
seen it yet.
Well, there you go, buddy. And you know what it is?
He took his headphones off. That's
Burn it.
good.
And it's that sometimes. No, you can listen to this.
Okay.
It's a theme. It's not like a line he says. Okay. But the theme he kind of lays out is no matter how much you like the way things were, sometimes you got to burn it all down and start new. That is one of the things I didn't like about a 2-year signing for Arson. I would rather start anew and not even get into Europe next year, but you're trying for something new than to keep losing by trying to win the same way. Boom. That's my New Year's resolution. Burn it all down.
That was deep.
was-
Deep thoughts
yeah.
by Jack Handy.
Burn it all down, you must.
Amazing. My New Year's resolution for Chelsea Football Club is for Chelsea fans to A, stop undermining the manager.
Ferris is going to have that one too.
That's 25 cents right there to the old.
And secondly, Antonio Conte, buy the damn players that you want. Stop capitulating to
Ownership.
our ownership
Well,
and buy the players that you want.
He wants Vidal.
Every time you buy a player you want, it turns into damned magic. Buy those players. Stop capitulating to the ownership and be amazing by buying the players you want. Stop undermining of the manager, Chelsea fans.
Ron's wide-eyed, staring at me and cursing. I'm scared.
all right. All right, Ferris. We got deep to angry to what's
So
yours.
you each went with 2?
Well,
Yeah,
It was like a part and a half,
Yeah.
like a sub part, if you will.
I know it's the end of the pod, but I'm getting one more of my winter solstices. Do you guys want?
Attaboy. Why don't we just have one more of each of ours? I got a. What is this?
Captain's Holiday.
Schmaltz Brewing Company.
You guys, you can't have your own beer pick
Why can't we?
because that's like lame.
Who makes the
It's
what?
true. You're drinking Captain Picard beer.
That's
You got to pass it over here, bro. I'm going to give you my winter solstice.
no,
Ron, there's only 3 of us, so one of us has to drink. Well, I guess we don't have to.
Fine, I'll drink the 10%.
Wait a minute. Ron's got to drive. I live here. Ron,
True.
you
Yeah,
take
well, oh my
the
God.
captain's beer.
I'll getting way too confusing at this point.
See, we're responsible from time to time.
I'm okay to drive.
That's a good point. I live here. Give me.
Okay.
All right, sorry, Ferris. What's
Okay,
your?
okay. New Year's resolution for Manchester United.
Hire Louis Van Gaal.
Back.
No, that's my resolution
And David Moyes.
for the Premier League. I just need him back. Yeah.
I want to see him do the fall down thing again. That was
Brilliance.
the best.
Brilliance.
The best.
Brilliance. Oh, Lord. Number 1.
Oh,
Manchester
we're gonna have a-
United Football Club.
We're going to get a dissertation.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Manchester
I think I
United
said,
Football Club. You try and live. You two would stop cursing over there.
All
You
right.
had one too.
I'm fucking sorry.
Oh man. Where's Eddie? He's standing.
I won't be able to go home
He's in
anytime
To Be
soon.
Merry. It's my name.
No That's a killer. Oh, that.
Oh God.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Nope.
No, you can't, Dad.
Wait, it's the same dude from Big Bang Theory. It took me several years after the fact to realize
No
that.
one's ever seen Christmas Vacation.
You're missing
This
out.
is not a
You
funny
have not
pod.
lived. You have not lived.
What you got? What you got?
Okay, all right. Manchester United. Manchester United Football Club tried to live up to the legend that Zlatan is. Just try.
Try to keep
try.
Zlatan healthy.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Just
Try to live up to the legend that Zlatan is.
You know what?
If they can get to half of that, brilliance.
You know, I have a question for you, and I'm
Sure.
sorry to interrupt.
Why not?
Well, wait. Is that your resolution?
My number 2 was kind of what we talked about. Just lay off Mourinho. Just lay off Mourinho.
Yeah.
Let's let him. Let's just just lay off him.
My question is, every time Manchester United has a nationally televised match, they consistently compare Mourinho and what he's doing, and they show you the forlorn shot of Alex Ferguson in the stands.
Bum, 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 bum.
Right, who never looks approving. What do you think about the comparison? And I know we're trying to wrap this up, but there is consistently
do you think
a
it's fair?
comparison.
That's an easy answer.
Is that a fair comparison?
No, because I don't think it was. I don't think it was fair to Moyes. I don't think it was fair to Van Gaal that they were compared to him.
It is maybe a
I think he
bit
said
more fair. Mourinho is a better manager than I think the two of them. Yeah.
Yes, I think Ferguson will go. He is legend more so than Zlatan is. He is legend. He did not set the team up when he passed it off to be highly successful under a new manager.
No one was going to be following
Exactly.
that either. Yeah.
Exactly. But I think at that time it also came out because it was I think Mourinho was jobless, and that's when he went back to Chelsea at that time. Why didn't we go after Mourinho at that time? And the rumor mill is that Sir Alex didn't want that in the club at the time.
Ooh.
And if Sir Alex says something with Manchester United, you go with it. because of his track history of what he's done with the club.
Right.
So part of me thinks that is TV. Just
Sure.
it's showing it's giving legendary manager, somebody that's not doing quite what he's
but
doing.
can we also
But we're also we did win 3 trophies last year. Okay, two
Sure.
three trophies.
Still, it's
and
hardware.
we're second to a team that has superstars and millions of dollars. Have we spent millions of dollars as well? Yes, we have. But there was a lot more pieces that we needed to put into place and there's still a lot more that we need to put into place. Man City, to your point earlier, where does Sanchez fit in? They've gotten those pieces. The pieces that they needed, they finished up with this past year.
Yeah,
They got rid of the Zabalettas and
have
the
them
Harts
2 and
and
3
the
deep.
Bravos. And they've done that. Manchester United has had basically a whole new back line. You've had to train 2 wingers, young Valencia into right back and left backs. Carrick, brilliant. He's 30-some years old, and he's coming off of a surgery. Like, no Scholes, no Giggs, no... Yes, you brought in Zlatan. He did well last year. And Van Persie, the year that Moises there, was hurt for half the year. So, it's...
But No, it's not fair. And here's why here's why I think it's not fair. It is Sir Alex Ferguson, not quite the last of his kind. Arsene Wenger is. And what I mean by that is we're done with managers being at clubs for a long time. We're talking about how great Pep is. Let's say Pep wins the Premier League 3 years in a row. Year 4, 5, he's in 6th place and barely squeaks in. They'll fire him. Or it's so different now. It's not a compare. If Mourinho struggles this year and then the following year wins the Premier League, but then the next struggles, it's just not what it was when Ferguson was there. And the sad thing, though I'm saying I'd like to do something new, when Arsene goes, much like what was the guy, Beeman, when he left Virginia Tech here in NCAA football here in the United States. Remember? No. It's the end of an era of coaches that go somewhere and managers that stay
and create a legacy,
a legacy and a culture. So I don't think it's fair because Mourinho would have to stay somewhere long enough to. You can't compare unless he gets to stay somewhere long enough to actually do it. Whether it's wherever he's at, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. The modern game has just changed and different.
Honestly, if you have my honest opinion on it, I think Manchester United management knows that and has brought in Mourinho to set the next manager up for success, and that manager being Ryan Giggs.
Well, let's also look at you bring up a good point
for years to come. I think they're going, okay, we've gone through 2 managers that have just gotten us here. Let's bring a manager that has usually consistently been 3 years.
At least you have a plan because when Arsene does go, they don't have a plan.
I'm purely assuming that. I have no knowledge on that whatsoever. I'm purely guessing this is what's going to happen.
Agree, because almost every club that he has left a burning dumpster fire.
Right, but if he gets the players in place, Giggs comes in, Giggs brings back that dumpster fire to a proper dumpster,
but that's going to take a bit.
Not if you have the players in place, because Giggs already knows Manchester United. He always knows the culture. He knows the way that they need to play.
Name another club that everything's been in place. Chelsea didn't have that the year after he left.
Also, Giggs,
Conte won the very next year. Are you kidding me?
No, he didn't, because there was the interim coach for the entire time.
No, for the rest of the year. Conte came in.
When he came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
okay.
Everton Grant came in. Conte came in that very next year and put 2 places into place, 2 people into place.
Yeah, but he didn't do that. He didn't do that in Porto.
Who didn't?
Jose Mourinho. He left at a gigantic.
Porto
dumpster
hasn't
fire.
won the Champions League, but they're still top of the Portuguese league all the time.
Mourinho is a different situation because whenever he finally does leave, it seems like he's lost the players wherever he's been at.
Yeah,
whether it's Chelsea, Porto, where he's lost the players. I don't know if that's I don't think that's the situation at Man United. But let me just say it like this: we can all just forget about Manchester City existing. This would be an exciting year for the top 4.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're talking about Man United's got one of the better starts it's had in years, but it's in its worst second place position based on how first place is doing.
Yeah.
they are just doing so astronomical well.
In the past couple of weeks,
We may not be, yeah.
it's been Chelsea leaping and then losing, and then leaping and then
Like,
losing. Same thing with Man U.
We could be watching a really fun run of Chelsea and Man U,
right.
but
second.
instead,
For second.
well, no, yeah, but because you've got Man City, yeah, it's this year is a bit of an outlier for any of the top coaches that are clubs in the top 4 or 5, in the sense that Man City is so far ahead.
Okay, but real quick, let's say that De Bruyne, Silva, Aguero get hurt.
Wow, that's asking a lot.
But that's
Yeah,
that's the problem, Man City. You have to go through so many. I will say
Look at their bench.
The one though that would
Yeah,
make
yeah.
the biggest difference for one would be De Bruyne.
Yes,
He would have the
huge,
most
huge,
impact,
huge,
I
huge.
think.
Yeah, I think De Bruyne would.
Would
Sterling would be the next.
Would De Bruyne be your player of the season thus far? For me, he would be.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think so.
Yeah.
For the
MVP.
Premier League or for
Just the
Premier League MVP, absolutely.
De Bruyne?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see him play in the World Cup.
Seconded by Azpilicueta.
Well, I am going to wrap us up now because
Over.
we've been running, but I don't care. This is run long. This is kind of a mid-season.
We're like 2 hours and 15 minutes
A
in
really poor mid-season wrap-up.
yeah.
Extremely poor.
with a lot of beer.
But
A lot of sap.
A lot of sap. Want to wrap this up. Exciting news. We'd already said it before that we are now part of the All In Sports
awesome.
Network, All In Sports Talk Network. God, I'm terrible at this. And if you follow them on Twitter at All In Sports Talk, they have relaunched their programming situation. Better audio quality. Basically, if you're new to it, go to allinsportstalk.com or their Twitter at All In Sports Talk. It is a way that you can listen 24 hours to soccer internet radio. You can discover some awesome podcasts. Total Soccer Show just joined them, which is really cool.
If you want what
we love,
if
those
you
guys.
want a podcast of guys actually knowing the game,
Oh yeah, we have
That's
fun.
them.
Those guys
That's
are
they break it down
those
tactically.
guys
analysts.
They know about
Are
it.
brilliant tacticians
Yes,
when it comes
yes.
to
and
Good. Yeah,
to be honest, I was like, oh, they're part of a network we're in. I feel way cooler now.
Pick you up.
So check out at All In Sports Talk on Twitter, and then allinsportstalk.com is their website. And it's a great way if you're just looking for other, just hit play. Because what they do is they kind of take a playlist of all the pods that are part of the group that week. So just as
And some of them aren't pods. Some of those are actually like
some
radio
are,
shows.
and some of them are live shows they're
live
going to be
shows,
doing.
Yeah.
Also, if you follow their Twitter, about every 2 hours they update what they're playing.
Yeah, whenever
Really
they
cool,
switch to the new, they'll let you know
you
what's
can
up.
constantly see what's going on.
It's a great one for if you have the ability to continue to work while listening to stuff. Just hit play, and you can discover a bunch of different pods, not just Premier League, but covering tons of soccer from all over the world.
You could while away the hours.
So it's exciting for the 2018 for them to relaunch that. We're all part of that.
Untapped.
Yeah, you can find us on Untapped. Find us on Twitter at Brewtiful Game, the website, thebrewitifulgame.com. Still, if you drop us a review and rating on either Twitter, on either iTunes or Stitcher, take a screenshot of it, zap it to us either on Twitter or Facebook or our email.
That means send us.
Send us, yeah.
Fun over there.
At thebrutifulgame@gmail.com, and we will get you out a magnet and mayhaps, if we've got some left, and some Brewtiful Game koozie. If you want to get a cool Brewtiful Game shirt, go to our website. You can see our merchandise there. Also, we are now on Spotify. So if you like using the Spotify, or listen there into the podcast, just search for the Brewtiful Game. Follow us there.
Sorry, an echo in here.
And if you haven't subscribed to us, it helps us out a whole bunch, because the more people subscribe, the more other people find us. On that vein, if you will hashtag out, if you've ever got any questions or things you want us to talk about, hashtag the Brewtiful Game, because now the Twitter does like way more than 140 characters. Like
280.
Yeah, 280.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, just if you've got a question or something,
280.
New
just
year,
do
new-
hashtag the Brewtiful Game. We'll keep an eye on that. Share the show. We don't pay for advertising. That helps us out a
Instagram.
whole bunch. Instagram. I think that covers us all, gents.
It does. We are three dudes sitting here talking soccer, drinking beer. We are no experts. We are no nothing.
No,
Just opinions.
Just having
but
fun.
We have a ton of fun.
We want to have,
And we're like those buds that if you live in an area where you don't have a ton of soccer
be tired of
friends
us
to
by
talk
now.
with, you got us to hang out with. You might be tired of my dad joke. Nah, you
yeah.
wouldn't be.
Well, go ahead.
they're
Do it
pretty
again.
sp-
Do it. Come on.
Top,
Come on.
the next top three.
Come on.
We're going to end out the one last one. Let's see. We're going to go with number 18. What did the dad woodworkers do when they weren't happy with the union?
They went on strike.
They formed a splinter group
Oh my God.
because they're woodworkers. And that's a joke concerning wood.
We had to ask.
But ow! I just like to say we talked about Yoda. We also talked about Star Trek, and we got the phrase "live dong and prosper," or "live long dong and prosper." That's a good pod. It's a good pod as far as I'm concerned.
It's a long ass pod.
I don't care what you say. That there's funny.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Love the beer. Cherish the game. The Brewtiful Game.
You serious, Clark?
2018. Where is our freaking jetpacks and flying cars? Where is soccer played with jetpacks? We were lied to.
You serious, Clark?